Niners! I'm going to do it anyway. Ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. See, because there is no reason to take that game more than what. Don't take it for anything more than what it was. It's a preseason game. People out here, well, we got a lot of trouble. No. Those guys in the third and fourth quarter, they got a lot of trouble. They're taking off that uniform, and they're going to go put on a Rams uniform or a Seahawks uniform, anybody's uniform but ours. No, don't judge them to be 49er representatives or not. Oh, we do have, I'm not saying we're perfect. And somebody made a point in here to say that the Steelers are underrated, and I agree with that. I do. I'm not taking the Steelers lightly at all. Somebody else said, I hope we don't come in here starting slow and get things going underway right from the gate. The 49ers are men on a mission. And as they were talking about all the decorated players we got on this team, don't worry about them. They know what they got to do. And I know the Steelers have better backups probably than we do. But listen, we don't know what our backups. 40 of those guys are out of here. Okay? So, and we're gonna leave a void on the team. So if there's anybody that somebody gets rid of that we probably might like to have for whatever reason, we still got that. Don't worry about the roster. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I do need me some Nick Bosa to sign his paper, so please. Make me a week, man, because we go into week one without Nick Bosa. God damn, we got 2 weeks to get Nick in here. Postgame preview. In fact, come on, let's talk about this. Postgame preview of preseason game 3 between the Niners versus the Chargers. From where the Niner faithful sits. Rams, I'm not talking to you, Gene D. We'll be going to the phones now with Brock Purdy. Here's some observations on Brock Purdy. Brandon Allen and Sam Darnold. The offensive line candidates, the offensive standouts, the defensive standouts, Quantrez Diggs. It's been one of the best plays I've seen all day. The players you would cut. You know what? Never mind. The players you would cut would take you like a half an hour. But Brock Purdy, Brock Purdy to me, I looked better than last week. I was okay with his performance, but this week he looked a little sharper, to the point where I think in a couple of weeks he might even look better. I'm hoping. Yeah, I got no problem with him whatsoever. Sam Darnold, You know what? I'm getting to the point. I'm thinking, don't say anything about Sam Darnold, because you know what? A lot of people hate him for no other reason other than they kept him instead of Trey, I think. So I just say Brandon Allen was terrible. That's all I got to say on the quarterback situation beyond Brock. The offensive line, you know, there was a couple of sparkling moments out there today. I was not as mad as I was last week. So, you know, offensive stand would have been Conley. It seems like Conley's hurt. I hate to say it, but Willie Snead, who pissed me off to no end last year, Willie Snead made a great play too. Yeah. Brock goes without saying. Yeah, we're you know what? Yeah, those smalls. A lot of times, your best players, a few minutes into the game, they need a little more time than just a series or so, right? Before they really start getting rolling. Now, the defensive standouts, who you got? Kerry Hyder did a great job today. Here's the thing. I need to look back at footage. I don't know if you're ready to make this diagnosis or not. Quantrez, I love that tackle he made. I didn't see any pass breakups that I wanted to see. Well, Womack, okay, I'm gonna give Womack some love. Womack played a good game today. Kyle took a good look at him today, too. Do you see how long he kept him out there? Womack and Jameson, I got no problem with them. The players will cut. We'll waive that one because we don't have enough. You could do a brief tonight. It's getting late, fam. It would take me an hour and a half, and I had to get a list. I might do that though for next tomorrow. Let's wait till Sunday because I think you know what. We got Tuesday's not gonna be the cut. That's what. Yeah, there you go. There's something to work on. Who's got to get out of here now? Kind of like Bryant. I bet you people don't. Kind of like him because it was hustle. All right. Yeah. Kinlaw needs a good cut. He's happened side. Robbie's already hit Bosa, King Mufasa. Kinlaw was in the first unit that went out there. I wasn't mad at Kinlaw. He looked better than he did the previous 2 weeks. Well, he didn't play but one of them. I seen him push in the pocket. Womack is like 5'9". There's a lot of small cornerbacks that do a good job, though, Red Eye. So, hey, Evan.
Hey, Ronbo, what's happening?
Evan, man, we're just quickly going over some of your thoughts. If you have some things you want to say about Trey, you're probably going to have to limit it to just Trey or the game.
No, I'm not talking about that anymore. I'm
okay, well, yeah,
forward.
Whatever you want to do. Okay.
Okay. I got some notes here, so I'm just going to run them down, and then we can talk about them.
Okay.
I think Trey looked efficient. He's moving the ball good.
You said who?
Being said,
you just said you want to talk about you. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said Brock moved the ball efficiently. He looked good. With that being said, we need Robbie back because Brock's guaranteed to get us 3 points a drive. So if we don't have anyone that can kick, that's going to be an issue. And I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat and go ahead and say that both kickers being hurt is a conspiracy theory for John and Kyle to call Robbie.
I wish they would just kowtow, accept the fact that they screwed up, and go ahead and call Robbie.
Did you notice that Moody wasn't even there, and Zane Gonzalez was just on the sideline, like without pads?
Well, yeah, he pulled a calf muscle warming up. My God, we never went through this with Robbie. Oh, Robbie got hurt, but he got hurt legitimate fashion. These guys got hurt just coming out. Whoops.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I love how Brock becomes kind of like a dog on the field. Like he's this, very
confident,
even keel, super spiritual dude off the field. But once he steps on the field, he's kind of an asshole. He was kind of, taking charge and letting. I like that about him.
I heard he was doing that last year even. Brock doesn't mind getting in people's faces. He didn't care how long he's been playing.
Yeah. I liked Warner's celebration. He did the Bosa and then, did the flipping the dollars. That was funny.
Sign Bosa, Kyle.
Yeah. They were, really nitpicking our penalties compared to the Chargers,
I know, right?
Call me a homer, whatever you want, but it seems like they were reffing us a little bit harder than because I saw plenty of holding on their offensive line that wasn't called.
Yeah, I see them. Are they riding our receivers all across the field and no flag? I mean, come on, guys.
There was a couple of defensive tackles that just got tackled to the ground, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
When their quarterback was taking off and running, but anyways, it's preseason, whatever.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of Oliver. I'm not.
Everybody did.
I'm not sold on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And,
you made a mistake. Should have signed Jimmy Ward. Should have signed Robbie Gold.
We better hope no one gets injured because that the second string and offensive defense I'm not sold on it. So.
I know.
That's all my notes. That's what I just wanted.
Oh, good. All right. Well, they were very very concise, and I do agree. So we do have we're top heavy, it appears, but I don't know how bad the second stringers really are. I mean, I need to see more. I don't want to see it in the game, but the rotation is going to tell us more about the defensive line rush. The secondary, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. as Isaiah Oliver's throwing a wrench in the works. We'll see, Evan. You know,
Yeah.
God.
I mean, week 1 is going to be a challenge. I mean, I hate to say it, like
No, Steelers gonna be tough.
Tony from Down Under said, but I'm talking week 1 to a loss because I don't know. I just haven't seen enough of the ones to feel comfortable.
Well, yeah, maybe, but if Nick comes back, the Steelers are not going to be scoring no boatload of points on that defense. That's
but
what
even
I'm hanging
then,
my hat on.
You got to remember he's going to be he's going to be on a pitch count.
That's fine, as long as he's out there some, and the rest of the defense is not going to be bad. I still got Javon, I got Eric. I'm starting to see some things from Kerry Hyder I didn't know about today, and also Drake Jackson might be a little better than what we're thinking. I'm not resting all my hopes on him, but I think we have a rotation that might be okay. T.Y. McGill, some of these guys are going to get put back into better shape between now and 2 weeks as far as scheme, and there's going to be other things that come into play that are going to make that 49ers defensive front pretty ferocious. I'm not even worried about them. The offensive line, that's another story, though. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway.
we'll see.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get something with that 4th-round pick. But
Oh, God, yes.
I don't know.
All right, Evan. See you
All
Sunday.
right, Ronbo, have a good night.
You too,
Shout out
fam.
to everyone out there. Have a good one.
You too, fam. Well, it's a big
Hey, Ronbo, can you
show.
come back to me?
We can do that. And hey, Bill. Bill, I know Bill's got something to say about what just took place today. Bill!
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, now we got room to sign Bosa. And we got room to get a different kicker and put that other one on injury reserve since he's injured all the time or he can't kick, can't make a field goal. Whatever the excuse is, the time we'll let Jake learn, take a year off and let him learn, put him on the injury reserve. And you got Crosby, you got Gold, and you're going to have that kicker from Sandy, whatever they call themselves, Los Angeles Chargers or whatever they are now.
Yeah, that's good.
But we got room to get another kicker and a better one that's actually a veteran that can make kicks.
Oh, just bring Robbie back.
Not be on IR.
Yeah, and you can redshirt Jake if there's such thing as redshirting a kicker, or you can't put him on the practice squad because somebody will pick him up thinking, the Niners just didn't know how to use him, and he's gone. So yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
No, he's injured. He's supposedly got a quad injury. Put that
No,
on the
it is a
IR.
quad.
Say you're injured for the year. Hey, you're out for the year. We don't know how you're going to pan out. Put him on the season IR, along with the receivers that are out for the year.
Ray. And Danny, the two fast guys.
And let it be known that if you can't be healthy, we can't have you. If they keep that with everybody, that'll be fair. I understand, we can say, well, this happened with Trey. We have this happen with Trey. It's, what the ironic part is? You might fall out, but then just imagine. I just told you what going to call it. The Cowboys are going to the NFC Championship. The Cowboys believe they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and then the Niners go in and crush them with Purdy. That would just be the icing in the cake. No matter who you get, you can have Joe Montana at his prime now. You could have all of them, at their prime in your Dallas Cowboys, and they just won't win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That would just be the icing in the cake. And I don't think Trey Lance will last in the Cowboys. I don't even. If he does, then Dak could be gone. But still, no matter who you got Trey and you got Dak.
His name's Rush.
Gone, but yeah, see, they don't believe in Cooper Rush. we can't look at that because if they want to trade for Trey, if they believed in Cooper Rush, they really don't believe in Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is probably going to find himself out of there next.
Bill, the thing is, okay, I really don't understand. I'm going to have to read some more articles or something. Why did they go after Trey, and how are they going to use him? They've got to get him up to speed. That's going to take – it's too late in the season. They must have a plan. I'd love to know what that plan is.
They're going to set him for a year. They're going to run Dak, and then they're going to trade Dak Prescott next year. They're going to trade Cooper Rush, and they're going to start Trey. Trey
No, you
is
need a
a
backup.
starting quarterback.
Dak's not going to be a backup because he gets paid too much. But you keep Cooper Rush.
Dak's gone.
And you draft another quarterback? Okay, that's, you know what.
I'm going to tell you, this is Dak's last year in Dallas. Unless he could do something, this is his last year. No matter if he does, I don't think he's even going to be able to stay. This is his last year.
Is this the last year on Dak's contract? Is that right? Has it been 3 years already?
I think it will be. It's been a while. Dak couldn't break through. They blame him for us beating him. And it's not that. It's just we're too good. I mean, you go ahead and start Trey. It ain't going to matter. You can start Trey, Cooper Rush. We're still going to beat you. Still going to beat you. So it doesn't matter, Dallas Cowboys. And your cheerleader will be 100 years old by the time you even taste a Super Bowl appearance. Not a win, but an appearance.
Well, one thing we do have to be concerned with, that Cowboys defense is not bad. Now that they picked on Diggs.
They're not bad, but
what's that guy's? Anyway, they're going to be a little tougher this year. But you know what? Our defense is not going to allow them to do much either. So it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be there's a couple of teams. The Steelers, same thing. I'm a little concerned about them. But we'll be okay, I'm pretty sure. We got character on this team now.
We're good. We just need to get a kicker. That's all we need to get a kicker and sign Bosa. Niners need to sign Bosa and get a veteran kicker, and the Niners are good.
And
I'm
Robbie
not
Gould.
even worried. We got Purdy. Yeah.
I'm
Robbie Gould or Crosby.
There's another one too. There's people mentioned. Anyway, Bill, we're going to see you Sunday, and after
Give me a
how we do after the
49er
game.
shout out.
See you Sunday, fam.
And before I go, it don't matter who you Cowboys get, you're still not winning it. Have a nice night.
Night, Bill. Bill and Stephen A. Smith, they're on the same page. Sharon, the season has officially started now. Sharon.
Hey, Ronbo.
How you doing, Sharon?
I'm good. How are you?
I could be better. I need Nick Bosa to sign it. If that was the case, I would say, I'm peachy keen. I'm feeling wonderful.
Yes, sign him already. They need to get on the phones and talk to Robbie Gould because those two kickers we got, they stink.
Both of them. And those are young
and they should have kept Trey and traded Brian Allen.
Well,
instead of trading Trey, they should have traded Brian Allen.
No, the problem is they can't trade him. Jerry Jones was not about to give us a 4th-round pick for Brandon Allen.
Well, he got to go or get another quarterback or something. He stinks.
Yeah, he was sorry. So, I don't know.
We're going to be in trouble. We need to get a kicker. Call Robbie Gould back. Do something. I'll start a donation or something for Robbie. Let's go.
Oh, man.
And sign Bosa. Quit playing with that. Get him back quick.
That's number one. Stop clowning around with Bosa's contract.
Other than that, the game was okay. There's a couple of people that stood out. Javon Kinlaw, that was an awesome play.
Okay, see, everybody doesn't agree with that. I agree. I thought Javon looked good.
You know what? There was a lot of holes on the charges, and they did not call. It was all on us. They chose to choose us to do all those calls.
I seen that.
And they were holding us like crazy.
Mm-hmm. But if we held,
and
they called it every time.
getting away with it. Yep, every time. But other than that, there's some that need to go, and hopefully they get it right Tuesday. But other than that,
there's a lot that need to go. Ooh, there's a lot of guys that
a lot need to go.
Yeah.
They need to send Brian with them, but oh well, I guess we're stuck with him. But please call Robbie, John. Get on the phone and talk to Robbie. Pay him whatever or something.
No, they can't pay him whatever. But I don't think Robbie's asking for too much money. Somebody said he asked for $6 million. I don't believe that. Robbie knows better than to ask for $6 million.
I don't believe that. I don't think he's that much money hungry, but I think he just wanted enough for another extension or something.
Yeah, maybe that might have been a problem. Robbie, you're not signing for 2 years. No. We'll take give you a 1-year contract. Robbie, how about we give you 1 year at a time?
Get on the ball and get another kicker quick.
So
that's all I got to say on that note.
Yeah, well.
Get on the ball. Get a kicker. Get rid of the other two because they stink. How are you going to miss a field goal? And you're supposed to be good in practice. But when it came down for the game, it's like you suck.
Mm-hmm. Or you came up hurt.
Like, what happened between practice and the games where you're missing a field goal? And they were close field goals.
that's what's so.
How are you
all
going to miss
field
a
goals are
30-yard field goal or a 33-yard field goal?
close. I really wish they
I'm
would
not
let
getting it.
Mitch Wisnowski practice on field goals because he's always going to end up being an emergency guy.
He's a good kicker. Exactly.
But he needs practice.
They
Work
need to
on
do
it.
something.
Ah.
There's a lot of things that they need to work on, but them referees tonight stink too.
Yeah, well, we're going to have that. You've
But
always got
lucky
to
it's
play past those
preseason. It
guys.
wasn't the real game, though, so
Yeah.
I can't be mad at preseason.
I'm not.
But they need to get it together with a kicker, though.
It's worrying everybody.
That's the main thing, and sign Bosa and bring Robbie back.
It's not. You know what? That would make everybody so happy. There'd be parties throughout the night.
Oh my God! There would be a party in San Francisco, somewhere in Santa Clara.
Streets everywhere. Man. Okay. Well,
They can bring Robbie back. The door is still open for him.
Yeah, nobody's re-signed him.
No, we can do it. Trey's gone. What's the holdup? Bring him back.
Here's the thing. I bet you they are talking to Robbie, and maybe Robbie is saying the wrong thing. I'm pretty sure the 49ers, Kyle,
I don't think
they're not
Robbie
stupid.
ever wanted to leave, though, from what I was told, that he didn't want to leave.
Well, they didn't call him. According to what Robbie said, they never
Right.
contacted him.
Right. Well, bring him back fast, ASAP. We're in trouble.
I don't believe he would lie about that either. And people start making up things like they do. Robbie Gold's asking for too much money.
Oh, that's the
Where's
media
I haven't seen
talking
that in
all
any
that.
article.
Me either. The media wants to stir up stuff. You know how they do. And by the way, Ronbo, my brothers don't like the Trey Lance trade.
Oh, lots of people don't like the Trey Lance trade.
Nope.
That just goes without saying. That was going to be an unpopular move.
Mm-mm.
Even Sam Darnold beating him out at the number 2 spot has made a lot of people very upset. So, you know, I don't know.
I thought Sam Darnold did pretty good tonight. I thought he did all right.
Yeah.
I thought he had a good throw from Conley till he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
But hopefully they don't cut him. He was pretty good.
I know Conley, right? You got the
Yeah.
3 guys we all know about, and then there's 2 spots open because Ray and Danny are going on the IR.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're going to find. I can't wait to find out about
Danny
that room.
Gray this year, but
I know, Danny Gray
hopefully
is-
something changes.
He's not growing.
Or he might be gone.
Yeah.
No. We'll see Tuesday.
Oh, God. All right. And I'll see you Sunday. All right.
Yes, you will. All right, Ronbo.
All right. Night, Jared. Great to hear from you.
Good
Say hi
night.
to Mom too.
All right, I will.
All right. Night.
Night.
Ah, man. And let's try it again. Well, it's a big show. Is he busy?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. Run it down for us, show. Run it down for us.
First of all, who is out there saying that Robbie Gold wants to come back to the San Francisco 49ers? Didn't he want to leave after the 2019 season?
And play for
And
us.
then we signed him for 2 more
I do
years.
remember that. And he wanted to play closer to home. I do remember that. But Robbie said nobody ever contacted him. But why we want the fans
And not
support?
only that, if he was, I understand we drafted a kicker, and he's not working out right now, but he would have signed on the dotted line already if we already called him.
Robbie?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they would have never
And
drafted him.
if Robbie Gold doesn't want to be here, then who else is out there?
There's been some names that are brought up.
That's better than Robbie. Nobody.
I don't think so either. I agree.
We're screwed at kicker. And that's going to be a huge issue going into the regular season. And you need a kicker. Number 2, Nick Bosa, the contract situation. I'm not reading too much into it and not panicking until week 1 because to me, if he's not there week 1, it sounds like they're too far apart on price.
And he could be doing the
This
Chris.
is why it's taking so long.
And what's that guy's name in Kansas City who says he's already informed
Chris
the
Jones.
Chiefs. Chris Jones, you won't see me till halfway through the season. I ain't got to take this. And what if Nick's camp decides we're gonna follow the same route as Chris? If the 49ers think they can do without you, then let them do without you. But we're not bending down for that offer. Oh.
I don't want to say that that's what the problem is right now, but it really sure does feel like it.
It looks
Ronbo,
like
do you
it.
ever watch the show Do you ever watch the show Pawn Stars
Pawn Stars.
on History Channel?
Yeah, I have watched it a few times. They give
You
an
know, when a
offer, and the
customer-
person says, "I don't." Well,
Yeah.
no, I think it's worth more than that. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly. You know, when the customer comes in asking $70,000 for an item, and then Rick calls an expert of his and brings him in to appraise the item that the customer brought in, and then he comes back and negotiates a lower price than what the customer thought the price was worth.
Right.
And this is what's going on between Nick and the 49ers right now, because if you go back and listen to Kyle and John, they said they wanted to stay cheap at the quarterback position to keep the team intact. And
Right.
that scares me because the quarterback is the number one important position on the field, right next to your left tackle, and then the third position, most important position, is the defensive end. And if they're comfortable with not paying Nick Bosa the following year, they might move on from him and trade him for 3 first-round picks after this season.
Oh, show no.
They got to keep this. If you want to continue success and continue to be playoff contenders, they'll draft his replacement. I have no doubt about that, especially if it's high first-round pick. I know people don't want to hear this,
No
but
replacement.
that's what happens when you don't come to an agreement right away. You know what I mean? This is what exactly it feels like, that they're way too far apart on price. And if they can't come to an agreement, then what's next? What's next?
Damn.
You know? I'm trying to be logical here. I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, but $32 million, that's going to set our defensive line depth back for years. We're not going to be able to sign anybody. We're going to lose a lot of players, key players, if we pay Nick Bosa that much money. There goes Brandon Ayuk. George Kittle might get traded. You know what I mean? Those are the trickle down effects of signing a player without a large amount of money. And tell me where I'm wrong.
That's what's bothering me now. I don't know where I can take my little red pen out and say, no, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. That's rational.
You know, you have to think that way. You can't. I keep telling you, do not get attached to these players. It's about the name on the front. Like,
I know,
if you want to continue to be a successful team down the road and throughout the years, then this is what Bill Belichick does, Ronbo. He doesn't give a shit how big you are.
Well,
if you want more money, your ass is out the door. Bye. Look at what J.C. Jackson did. He was one of the best corners in the league. He was one of the top 5 corners in the league.
I know. And Jerry Jones,
and he got rid of J.C. Jackson.
Heaven and earth to get Bosa on his team. Bosa and Micah on the same. Oh, we gotta sign him. Oh, God. Okay, show. Okay, you know what? Show. No more. That's
worst case scenario. That is worst case scenario.
Save it for Sunday.
Best case scenario is we sign him before week 1.
Yes.
I don't see that happening.
Yes, you do. In fact, it could happen Monday afternoon. I'm calling it right now. Nick's got to get in and get some work.
We've been saying that for the past 2 weeks. It could happen, could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next Tuesday.
Okay. So we're gonna have to go. We're out of time, but Sunday. And hopefully by Sunday.
And honestly, you know what? One more question. Brock Purdy was efficient tonight, but did he really look that impressive? No.
Well, there was no need to. The defense we were playing against was solid.
I understand that it was preseason, but I really understand it was preseason, but he did not look impressive at all this entire preseason that he did play. Well, that's a little worrisome too.
Yeah. Well, Chris McCaffrey will be back next time he sees him, so we'll be okay. All right. So.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone.
Take care. Sunday. All right.
It doesn't look too bright.
Stop it. Stop.
I don't care what Phil says.
I'll see you Sunday. God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Stephen, very, very bad things. This is really a dark day. It really is. For a number of reasons, it's hard to. The game was irrelevant to what's really the problem here. I'm looking. Nick's not signed. We don't have a kicker. We actually really don't have a kicker. I don't know how serious. What if Jake's injury takes him all the way into week 1? What if Nick doesn't come back between now and week 1? Stephen, go
Ronbo,
ahead. Yeah.
it is the 49ers are in do or die situation right now, more so than ever. We traded our third round pick to the Cowboys, someone who is our divisional rival.
Oh.
Every time we play the first round, we always play the Cowboys. We play them on the 8th. Who's to say they're not going to play us again in the postseason? For a 4th round, we basically traded Trey for a bag of chips. A late 4th round pick, and a compensatory pick. Wow. That's what we got for him? Are you kidding me?
But you know what's really frightening, though, Stephen, about
on
that?
top of that,
About that deal? The 49ers had no fear in trading Trey to the Cowboys. Now, I thought about that for a minute. I says, wow, how come? So he's going to go over there and give them the playbook. I think they think Dak is probably going to stay out there for the rest of the season. But anyway, go ahead.
well, and on top of that too, although his replacement was not any better. I mean, really.
You know Brandon?
Brandon Allen couldn't. He was marginally worse. Why would you trade Trey Lance, someone who knows our playbook, who knows the style, who is willing to probably, I'm going to try and fight for my spot back and show these fools what I could do. But you trade him for Brandon Allen, who barely gets any of the second and third string reps. For what? For what? And then we have a kicker who got injured. We could have signed Robbie Gould, and the worst part is Robbie Gould didn't even know he was not going to get signed. They let him know just by the 49ers drafting a kicker.
See, I believe that.
What the fuck is going on in that front office?
Because that was way early. And Robbie says nobody even called him. And people think Robbie's been asking for too much money. I don't know about that. Did Robbie get a chance to ask for too much money? When?
I just want to know what the fuck is going on with the 49ers front office. What is going on in Kyle's and John's head? What's going on in Kyle's head, really? Because he's the one pulling all the strings, if you really think about it. He's the one calling all the shots.
No, not really. Because the 49ers have become frugal, trying to keep that team tough. But in the process, they're embarrassing themselves. It's coming down to that, You drafted Jake Moody instead of re-signing Robbie, and now you traded. Oh my God! Oh,
Ronbo. And then if they don't sign Nick by week 1, that's my biggest fear. We don't sign Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa finds money elsewhere. That's it.
Well, he's not going to sign. The 49ers have him for one more year, no matter. I mean, he can't play anywhere else right now, but he couldn't have to play, period, if he doesn't want to.
Well, look at the dynamic we have. The 49ers, I hate to say this because it sounds like he's the sole factor to that defense, but he kind of is. He is the main threat on that defensive side. Without Nick Bosa, you have Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead, and that's it. You're missing that one key player.
Yeah. And Nick is the engine of that defensive front, so you need to have him for more reasons than that. How?
Exactly, because he is such a key component, because everyone in the NFL knows, every offensive lineman knows, Nick is not as big as Javon. He's not as tall as Eric, but he's small and he's quick and he's stronger than a majority of them.
Yep.
And it's like I don't know what's going on with the 49ers, Ronbo. I really don't. But it's kind of scaring me because it's like they're starting to just kind of say, you know what, fuck it. And I think everyone can kind of agree to that. They're just throwing their hands up in the air and saying, fuck it. Let's see what happens.
Oh, Nick's going to sign he signs before next Friday. Because even Nick's going to step up. He likes playing. Nick's going to tell his agent, okay, you know what? I want you to bend just a little bit and in their direction, okay? Because I want to get back onto the field.
Well,
Enough of this.
Did you notice that Joey wasn't there either at the game?
Joey. Oh, Bosa is a Charger, isn't he?
Yeah, Joey Bosa wasn't at the game. Where else could he be other than with Nick?
You know, this drama could be nothing more than Nick doesn't want to participate or they don't want him out there. Because Christian McCaffrey's on the sideline. There's nothing wrong with him. I just don't get this.
The thing is, this is what I'm saying. The 49ers played like shit. Their defense played like shit without Nick. They tried to display what it would be like without Nick, and it just didn't work. It looked really weird and really awkward and just kind of fell flat with no explosion. And Nick is going to use that against the 49ers. Like, look, without me, you guys have nothing. And you just saw it on Friday night.
And the deal that I put on the table a month ago has just went up. See, that's what that can end up being, too. Oh, God, we're out of time. Hey, Stephen, we need to continue Sunday, and I'm sure this is going to be the top subject anyway, and we'll continue with more, okay?
Man, what a shit show today was.
Right.
In general for the 49ers.
I know. It can only get better from here
I'm
because it
disappointed.
turned to poo-poo. All right, fam.
Yeah.
Might give my best little Rome and the wifey. All right, fam. All right, Stephen.
All right. Good night.
And Ogie Niner says, Wilkes, no bueno, doesn't fit how this team is built. Well, Ogie, he wasn't supposed to be making a lot of full degree changes. And Ogie says, I called it with Lance when he was drafted. Okay, thanks for this contribution. I really, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony, come on in, man.
What's happening, brother?
Well, misery and worry, and some of it should be not the case. Sign Nick Bosa for the love of God. John, Parag, Jed, say something, Jed. You know, I just don't. Wow, this shouldn't be dragging on this long.
I think he's gone soft.
My
Hey?
God. And then of course,
Jed's gone soft, boy.
or just decided did he keep his promise? He always said he would not have anything to do with the activity below him. He wasn't going to micromanage anymore like he did with Harbaugh, or tried to.
Yeah, but our organisation, Ronbo, is ass backwards, right?
Sure,
because
like
the GM's supposed to have authority over the coach. With our organisation, it's the other way around.
Yeah, from day one, that hasn't been the case.
That's the problem. We've got Kyle the Crocodile Shanahan, right, who's judge, jury, and executioner, and I mean.
But Tony, he's not doing the contract for Bosa. I don't think. I can't imagine that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, so who's doing that?
He's not. He's just picking the running backs, and who knows what he's doing. Does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Except draw pictures on a piece of paper and then call them out during a game.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know, Ronbo, did we get belted like this in preseason last year? I can't remember.
No, yeah, we look like we always look kind of strange. I think we won 1 out of 3 last year too. We might have won 2 out of 3, but yeah, we don't. Kyle's not interested in winning the game. We're just looking at bodies. But that was pretty bad this year.
I mean, I couldn't see it. I was watching you.
It was not good.
I'm going to watch the highlights when I get home, but I'm worried. I'm not going to,
relax like I'm trying to do and it ain't working. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm still worried. Like the first game, usually what I say, like when I watch my boys down here, in our NRL, the first game, I watch how they come out. I watch if they come out on fire, and they just beat the shit out of the team the first, and I think, okay, we're going to have a good season.
Yeah.
If they come out all soft and cuddly, I think, fuck, forget about it. Game over.
You know what, though? This is not. This is a preseason game, so it's just a bunch of guys out there trying to make the team. Well, the real test you're talking about passing.
Pittsburgh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's okay. Good. That's what I was talking about. Let's see what they look like when they come out in the Steelers. They should look like men on a mission.
Yeah, well, they should. But I'm telling you now that it's not going to be a pushover game.
Oh no, that could be a bigger test. That may be the toughest test of the first 4 weeks. The Steelers are not wimps. If anything, they are definitely tough. Yeah.
And their secondary must be pretty good because they tied with us for 20 INTs.
Oh yeah.
So
the secondary.
and
that was because of the frontline defense.
And what are we going to do now, Ronbo? We've got Brock Purdy. We got rid of Trey. I'm glad he went to a good organisation. I want him to kick the shit out of Kyle's ass next time he plays.
Well, Sam's getting a lot of flack, but I don't see all that much wrong with his game. We'll see. I don't want him in there, though, unless it's absolutely just unavoidable. But he doesn't worry me. I want to see Brock Purdy more. And people say Brock Purdy...
He doesn't worry you?
No.
I'd swap him around. I'd put him third stringer and bring the other guy in second.
Brandon Allen? Well, Tony, I didn't see him do anything wrong the last couple of weeks. Not really.
Well, he was throwing less interceptions, and I think his stats are better. That's not hard to do against.
From what he was, I mean, I didn't see anything egregiously wrong with his play. I did with Brandon Allen. I don't know if it was a lack of work or what, but I mean that was scary.
And people think that we've got a easy road this season.
I don't know why.
I don't see it. I don't see it. The thing that worries me the most is all that traveling.
Oh,
people swelling up in planes, and then
Yes. Yeah, that being on a plane and these long and not short jumps. They're going to West Coast, East Coast swing. What do they did that on purpose, Tony? Tony, how we do after the game, though.
Of course they did it on purpose.
That's just
of course
evil.
they did it on purpose.
Let me show you. I'm gonna see it Sunday, and since it's getting late here, we'll see how many folks we get here before they pass out. But we're gonna get back into this. This is gonna be the endless subject until week 1. I just know it. Unless Nick signs tomorrow.
Nick will sign, don't worry. It's just guaranteed money, how much this and that. If you get injured, this, and it's all that bullshit.
I know.
They're just arguing about the bits and pieces, you know what I mean?
I know. Well,
don't worry about it. He'll sign.
I feel, you heard it from Tony. Don't worry about it. We got this. Right, Tony? I'll see you Sunday. Cheers.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone. See you next time.
Looking forward to it. Cheers,
Tony.
Mate. Yeah. And it's Rodney Williams who says, when does Bosa get the same energy and treatment that Debo got for holding out on the fan base and kill out? It's mysterious. You know why, Rodney? It's like was that you I talked to the other day? Remember, with Debo, every day there was headlines on that deal. So people could make judgment calls, right? People were pro and con against it. There was some said, okay, fine, it's the 49ers' fault. No, it's Debo's fault. We're not hearing a word from this negotiation. So what are you going to say? You don't know whose fault it is. We don't know it. We don't have an idea. Hey, Thomas. Thanks for here.
What's up, Ronbo?
Thomas, your feelings on today's game or anything else you want to get into? I mean, I know that the trade situation is one that people want to get into because we got to keep it short and sweet, so pick one or the other, unless you can condense both.
Yeah, I'll make it easy. I don't really care about today's game, to be honest with you. I heard the majority of the starters would get some playing time. That's cool. Just
playing safely, not to get hurt. Exactly.
Yeah. And I watched the majority of the game. What I saw, I don't know, Big Show I think mentioned that he was not impressed with anything Purdy did out there, but Purdy was only out there for 3 series, and the third series was pretty much nothing but runs. I don't know what you want him to do, blow up the stat board, but he's efficient every time he's out there. So why aren't you impressed with consistent efficiency?
It should have been 14 points. And I mean, we had a fumble on the 1 yard line, and then of course he went and scored, ran one in. But I mean, and he played carefully.
Yeah.
I played within himself. The offensive line didn't get him killed. I don't
Yeah,
know what
he's
else.
smart.
To...
He racks. I don't know. But we're not playing with Trent. We're not playing with McCaffrey, so we're also not seeing everything to its full potential.
There you go.
And I hope to God that's the same case with the defense, because the defense has been driving me crazy.
Nick, please sign. Nick, please. Okay, go ahead. I'm done. Okay.
Yeah, I think a little bit has to do with the pass rush. The secondary's been kind of killing me, and missed tackles too.
Aren't they awful?
Yeah, it's like, we do not look like the number one defense from last year. I hope that they freaking
the first stringers
get their shit together before week one.
But after that, there was no more tackling.
Yeah, that's true. But I didn't really care about today's game. As far as the trade situation, everybody was calling and crying about it last night. How he wasted 3 years of his life and career and blah blah blah. I hope we all get that off our chest. We can move on. The only one thing I didn't like about with that situation is that he's going to Dallas, who we played this year, and we've seen them in the playoffs the last 2 years in a row. So my only concern is, what information he can share with their organization on how we operate offensively.
But why didn't the 49ers think about that? Why would you let him go to Dallas? He knows the playbook.
I have no idea. I'm sure there's teams in the AFC that would have taken him, and I would have taken the 7th-round draft pick for him at this point. Preferably, I would have just kept him on the roster to the end of the year, because we need healthy quarterbacks.
And then there's that. There is that. I don't know what Trey may have went in and said, "Look, I'm really ready to go. I mean, you don't need me, and I don't need this." He may have.
Yeah,
they did that
and
awfully
we
quick.
have a reputation for not. Yeah, but we have a reputation for kind of like trying to do right by the players, but at the same time, it's a business. You have bosses. You have a job. And if you are under contract and they tell you, sorry, kid, next year, then, oh, well. I mean, sometimes that shit happens. It sounds harsh, but it's a business. When players get cut and players get traded from other teams, none of our fans are hooping and hollering and crying about it.
Yeah.
But for some reason with Trey Lance, everybody has an emotional attachment to this kid like they know him. Like, oh, my God. I don't know. But I just wish it wasn't the Cowboys. And I don't know if it was Trez or somebody else last night said something like, maybe it's Ellis. I don't remember. I apologize if I'm calling out the wrong people. But somebody said last night, they hope wherever Trey goes, that every time we play him, they whoop our ass.
Well,
and you better be careful what you wish for, because we play them this year. Okay. Well, Tony.
Make sure you get it right. It was Trez.
It was Trez.
Tony and Trez.
Tony Trez want this
bad.
Yeah.
Make sure he gets that right. I hope he got that ass up every time.
Tony and Trez, for sure.
Be careful. We faced Dallas twice in the postseason the last 2 years in a row, bro. But I don't want to lose to that cat. But especially not Dallas in the playoffs. So I'm just saying. I feel bad for the kid.
As much as
he'll get his shot.
Exactly, because as much as I love Jimmy G, I want the Raiders to get their ass creamed. If we play the Raiders in the Super Bowl, I want them ground into meat. I'm telling you right now. So, with me, I'm staying with the 49ers, period.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't know if you saw that Dallas has agreed to pick up his contract, so it freed up some cap space for us.
See, that was the winning thing right there. That's all they had to do. Dallas didn't make the 49ers pay anything. The 49ers are saying, we need every last dollar. We ain't got no money.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to use that to hopefully sweeten Bosa's package, or if they're going to use that to maybe go find a kicker. To be honest with you, I'm kind of sweating about this kicker idea.
Thomas, we got to open up that book Sunday, because we short and sweet after the game. But listen, I'll see you Sunday, and it's probably going to be a long show. All right, fam.
All right. Have a good night, Ronbo. Shout out to everybody. Have a good night, everyone.
You too, Thomas. And Okie Niners goes, next year we drop a lot of dead cap money. I asked this question the other day, Okie Niner. Are we still paying D Ford? Oh, my God. That was the worst deal in NFL history for sure. Jesus. Hey, and Trez, get on in here. I'm going to bring in, Trez probably didn't want me to sprinkle this around tonight. Trez.
No, Ronbo, don't sprinkle no ring on tonight.
No,
Let it
sir.
out,
So
Jess.
look, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? By one Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. Got to be entertained, man. Because these two are clowns, bro. They are clowns. Well, I got something to ask you. So, since Kyle Shanahan been here, and he was coming off of that Super Bowl run with the Atlanta Falcons, and they big debacle blowing that Super Bowl, I look back, Kyle was running a pretty efficient offense, and them Falcons was running up the score. They was averaging like 30-some points a game, Ronbo.
I know. It's
that
seventh biggest,
potent.
seventh
Right.
most highest producing offense in NFL history. Yeah.
Right. So wouldn't you think that Kyle Shanahan had learned by, being now with Matt Ryan that, you really have to take quarterback position kind of serious, because since he's been here, we hadn't had that type of offense, but we've had those kind of players. We've had every player the Falcons had on their team, on our team, but we ain't running up the score like that.
Oh, Trez.
We ain't averaging 30 a game.
I don't know if
and you know why we not?
How come?
Because Kyle Shanahan thinks quarterback position is a joke. He thinks he can play anybody. He thinks all you got to do is just get by with mediocrity at the quarterback position. And another thing, Ronbo, tell me what he's done since he's been here. We've been hanging our heads on our defense. We've been hanging our heads on one, Robert Sullivan. Am I correct?
D'Amico, yeah.
Okay. And I was just about to say him too. And D'Amico Rams, right? We've been hanging our heads on, come on, defense. You can do it. We got the number one defense. But what is Kyle Shanahan done?
Well, but Trez, to be fair, last year was a pretty productive offense, though. We've never had a Julio Jones.
It wasn't. You know why? You know why it wasn't? Because guess what? Had we not got CMC, what would we have been?
Well, see, that's why I'm saying.
And there you go again. People are hanging their heads.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Please stop with all the bullshit.
Who is that coming in on my time?
That was it, Trez. That's all I wanted to say. I ain't gonna say nothing.
But look, so look, I say this to say, look, I don't know where this is going. All I know is these guys should have their jobs on the line. It is Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then Super Bowl or bust means Super Bowl or fire. That's how I see it, brother. I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm gonna let everybody get in, but are you not entertained? Kyle Shanahan just got through with his presser, and he stood up there and told every lie he could tell. I swear he needs to be a politician because he lied. He lied so easily.
No, I would never believe Kyle. But John Lynch, he could be a politician. John has that grin that he doesn't hesitate to say what is not true. I mean, John's really good. I used to believe him, Trez. Everything he said, I believe everything Trez. I mean, he said. Now I look back, John. You on this day, I remember you said, John, that wasn't true. And okay. But you know what? I think every owner in the league does that. Every GM does that. Anyway, you're not going to find one that doesn't, except for Belichick, and Belichick won't tell you. He'll just.
And I would say this too to everybody who's talking about Trey Lance going to the Cowboys. Yes, he's going to expose Kyle Shanahan offense to the Cowboys. We might have to play them twice, being in the championship game or in a playoff game and in the regular season. And you heard it here first. If Trey Lance is that quarterback, I hope he dot our ass up. I'm gone, Ronbo.
Stress. Have a good night. We have a contingent of people that are definitely hoping we get beat. I'm a little concerned with that attitude. Okie Nine says 25 million feet up next year from dead cap. My God, that's a lot of money. No wonder we don't have any money. Jeremy.
Well, Rambo, we don't have to worry about Trey Lance no more. He's gone to Dallas. We'll beat him.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing about Trey.
Oh.
You know, I was nice yesterday and put him on pedestal. Well, he's gone. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, you know.
We got Purdy. We got better quarterback. Well, don't worry. Nick Bosa will sign. We'll go back to Super Bowl and we'll win it. Don't worry.
I'm not. If we get there, I'm not.
We
You
can
get the
afford
angry
them.
49ers. They're going to win that game.
We're going to win. Don't worry. We'll get Nick Bosa and we'll go on to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're worried about these people.
It's hard to.
You know, we're going to sign Nick Bosa.
I think it's before next week. I really do.
John Lynch says, as long as he's commissioner, he will get Nick Bosa. He will pay him. John Lynch said he will keep Nick Bosa no matter what.
And he said that same thing
So,
about.
we got to go with that.
Yeah, I believe. He said the same thing. They said there was no way we were ever going to get rid of Deebo Samuel, and he meant it, and it happened. And I was worried about Deebo.
And he kept him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he kept him.
He'll be here.
That's how we got to look
win.
at. That's how we got to look at that. He will keep him. He don't care what it costs. It ain't his money.
Yeah. And the
know,
agent,
and
Nick's
49ers
agent.
billionaire organization, they can afford him.
Yeah.
We're worried about Nick Bosa signing. Well, it won't even cost us this year. He's going to cost us what he's going to cost us. And we might actually save money by signing him.
Exactly.
On a salary
$18 million will be the biggest amount of money they're going to have to pay against the cap. Whatever Nick's getting paid now, his rookie deal's not over yet. Yes. Oh.
Period. Next year he'll be cheaper because they can strain it over several years.
Exactly. Bonus could be large.
Next year he'll be cheaper.
So what is it?
It's
Jeremy,
just
you
a
and I
fine
worked it out
print.
just now. Why can't they work that out like that? They know. Oh.
It's just a fine print. He's worried about, well, if I get injured, will I still get paid? Just that fine stuff, nothing major.
Yeah.
Plus, he never has played preseason anyway.
That's true.
Right.
I didn't even really appreciate George Kittle playing today, actually.
Oh.
Debo, I didn't really appreciate that either. They don't need to prove anything to anybody. Let them sit the hell down.
I mean, look at Williams. Williams never has played preseason.
Mm-hmm. Ayuk was out there too long.
They don't want Nick Bosa to be out there right now.
Yeah.
I think he's done signed. They don't want nothing out right now.
And Jeremy, if we find out that he signs tomorrow, we can all laugh. Hey, Jeremy was right. The 49ers, for whatever reason, decided to wait till now to keep Nick off the field, knowing they couldn't keep him off the field if he put his clothes on.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Bosa, he wants to play.
Yeah, I know.
They're not signing this deal until the preseason is over.
They probably got him
They're
under
not
lock and key
signing
now. Yeah.
That him and him, the head coach and all of them agreed they would not put nothing in the press. I don't want none of this coming out.
They did. And Joey, his brother, wasn't. I just realized Joey plays with the Chargers. He was nowhere to be seen out there today either. This is what the Bosas do.
Yeah. They don't play preseason.
And
they make too much money. They ain't going to run their career in a preseason game.
And that's fine with me. Just be there for the Steelers.
They're going to be there for the playoffs and Super Bowls and all that. I ain't worried about no preseason.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter anyway. They're just looking at newbies anyway to see who they get rid of.
Yeah,
Jeremy,
all those preseason games are, it's just to see who we're going to keep and who we're getting rid of.
Absolutely. Jeremy, we got to go because we always keep it short and sweet after the game. But listen, I'm going to tell you what. I'll be back Sunday, Jeremy. Fun to talk to you. I'll see you Sunday. Here. All right.
All right, I'll see you Sunday.
Looking forward to it. All right, Jeremy.
All right. Give me a 49 a holler.
I can do that. Nada! Jeremy. Night, fam.
Take it easy.
You too. Oh, God, that's right. Nicola D'Antonio. They're at home eating mom's pasta and bracola. They do like mom's cooking. It's all official. Sharon and Shabazz. Shabazz shows up today. Hey, Shabazz!
Ronbo.
Shabazz, come on in, man. You got to keep it short and sweet after the game, but I know you got a lot to say. But Shabazz, it's good to hear from you.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
Okay.
Good to hear from you, Ronbo.
Good to hear
I
from
waited
you.
till I had a reason to call.
Been worried about you for months, actually. Casey been asking about you.
Working.
I know.
I've been working, and I've been working hard. But, Ronbo, I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Because I'm sick of the divided fan base.
Yes.
Brock showed what he showed, and I'm okay with Brock. But we just gambled. We just gambled our future on a proven bust. Sam Darnold is a proven bust in the NFL. Sam Darnold has played 56 games. He's 21-35 as a career starter. For everybody that's want to jump on the Sam Darnold train. Okay? Trey Lance is 2-2. Trey Lance won 2 games as a 49er starter and lost 2 games as a 49er starter. In the history of this 49er-Dallas rivalry, because I've been around since day one, I'm going to go back to the history of the rivalry, and I'm going to come back to where I'm at now. A guy named Tom Landry, the computers told him the first year that they started using computers to predict who to draft, he was told to draft a guy by the name of Joe Montana. Look how that worked out for Dallas. It didn't work out. In the history of this rivalry, we let go of a guy named Deion Sanders. They won a Super Bowl. We let go of a guy named Charles Haley. They won 2 Super Bowls. Ronbo, this is a bad omen, and that's all I got to say. This is a bad omen. You could have traded him to Arizona. You could have traded him anywhere in the world. You sent them to Dallas? Are you freaking kidding me?
I know.
If by chance, because Dallas is done with that, something happens about a lick of a dog's behind, he end up playing us and they beat us, I want Kyle and Lynch head that night. Period. I'm done. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's it. If they beat us and he beat us, they got to go. For all the Kyle Shanahan lovers. Because he's a career 51-47 where everybody's talking about how good he is in San Francisco. He's only 4 games over 500. Period. I'm tired. I can't do it. It's disrespectful. A guy get 4 games and he's a bust. Sam Darnold has showed us 56 games in the NFL and he deserves respect. You know how I feel. I ain't got to elaborate. I love you, Ronbo. I'll be checking back in. And that's it. And that's it. And that's it.
I hear you.
It. Please, for the life of me, that Pittsburgh game, do not roll Brock Purdy to the left side because Mike Tomlin, who is a Hall of Fame coach, who's never had a losing record in his tenure, I want to say he's like 12-3 on opening day. Minka Fitzpatrick will be blitzing off that left side, and I'm terrified. I am terrified. That scares me. Please, for the life of me, somebody call Kyle Narcissist Dumb Shanahan and tell Brock, do not spin towards Pittsburgh blitz. That's where they blitz from. That's where they blitz from. I love you. I'm just scared of week 1. I want to win. I'm Niner all day. I'm red and gold. But if he get Brock Purdy hurt and I got to watch Sam Darnold, I want his head on a platter. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, Shabazz. Words of wisdom. Good to hear from you, fam. All right. I will see you Sunday.
Fam. Talk to you later.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Shabazz. Oh, man. Man. The Dallas thing between us, though, Shabazz shed some light on something that is very frightening. But you know what? I don't know that we didn't let Deion go as much as Deion left. Charles Haley was mad at Jerry Rice. So there's a little bit of alteration in what he just said. But, still they got over there. Whatever way they got there, it definitely paid dividends. Hey, the head of the clan, the Papa Dragon himself, Papa.
You know what I call a player who's injured that goes to the backup quarterback, the rookie backup quarterback's house and teaches them the offense without anyone asking them to do so?
This is a scenario I'm not familiar with,
I call
but no.
that player. I call that player an asset. That's what Trey Lance did for Brock Purdy. He taught him that offense. Up in that building, the player that knows that offense the most is Trey Lance. So no matter what happens, Trey Lance is an asset for Dallas moving forward and a good investment because it was a 4th-round pick. Right? So no matter how you look at it, there's not a single person can tell me right now that the Trey Lance thing was a good move, that the Trey Lance the trade up for him was good, that the trading him away was good. There's nothing good about this. This is an embarrassment. This is not how you run a multi-billion-dollar organization.
by making these idiotic, imbecile mistakes. I remember the other day, Phil said, "Oh, they were all late round, first round picks." Well, you know what, Phil, we're missing tight ends. We need guards. We need offensive tackles. We need defensive ends. We need depth. Everything matters. It all matters. Even if half of those picks busted out, guess what? If half those picks busted out, which is what it typically, statistically does, guess what? We still get maybe a couple of players out of that. If not depth, but maybe starters. Now, we're moving forward with a bunch of players with inflated contracts. As a matter of fact, Ronbo, next year, it is feasible, quite feasible, and this is where I agree with Big Show. You can't pay everybody. And because you're so cheap about how you handle your business and you wait too long to extend people, you have to pay more. Ask Jerry Jones. He could have had Dak at $25 million, waited, wound up having to pay $40 million. That's just how the NFL works.
That was funny.
We could have had Debo for $18, $20 million, but we waited. You see what I'm saying? So
they did it every year.
Yeah, every year, clockwork. Now next year, we got Armstead, Kittle, Ayuk, or Debo could be gone. Aaron Banks could be gone. Trent Williams could be gone next year. But you got your $900,000 quarterback, and I'm not mad at it. But what I am mad is I'm mad about being lied to, Ronbo. Oh, yeah, he's going to compete for this. He's going to compete for that. They knew they were moving on for Trey, period.
It was been in process in February. And then, what you're saying was said just the other day. I said, why are they saying that?
That's horrible, right? 3 wins, 16 losses.
It's terrible.
You know whose record that was? That was Steve Young's record in Tampa.
I know. A lot of quarterbacks have horrible records when they start. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing I'm saying is that how many times did we sit there and complain? Why are you running 3 first-round picks up the middle? Why? You got running backs, dude. So anyway, you know, I'm a little bit relieved that I'm not going to have to talk about the Trey Lance thing because now he's on Dallas, but he is an asset for Dallas. It was a good move by Dallas, and I firmly believe that Shanahan and Lynch need to be gone. It's been 7 years. There's been a lot of first-round busts. For God's sakes, when is it going to stop? I mean, how long are fans going to make excuses for these guys? Seriously, I don't understand it. They're doing it right in front of your face. They're telling you that it's chocolate covered strawberries when it's actually shit.
Ew.
I'm sorry.
That's what I see. Everyone,
I'm just saying, everyone's telling me that Brock Purdy's this and Brock Purdy's that. He's a great story, and I'm hopeful for him. But his ass is going to get tore up in a 17-game season in the National Football League because honestly, he's just Nick Mullins plus. In my book, he's Nick Mullins plus. And eventually, Sam Darnold's going to be in there, and guess what? He's going to continue his consistent play of turnovers. So that's where we're at. Now we got kicker problems. Now we got Bosa issues. And I got word on Bosa straight up.
What?
Straight up word for Bosa.
What?
Bosa wants a short deal with a whole bunch of guaranteed money. The Niners want a longer deal to stretch out the money. Bosa's angling for big time, set money, but for 3 years so that he can cash it again. That's what he wants.
Oh.
And the Niners don't want to give that to them because they have other players to extend next year.
And the Niners never give out that kind of a deal. That's not ideal. I can't believe
they gave a deal like that to Debo. And Debo's fat ass for paying him.
Wait, Nick, and Debo has a short. Well, yeah. But not that kind of volume of money, though.
Yeah, well, you're probably looking at 3 years, but somewhere in the neighborhood of north of $70 million guarantee is what Nick Bosa wants.
Hey, man, we got to get it
guaranteed.
Oh, God. We got to get into this Sunday. Plop, thanks for sharing that, by the way. All right,
Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Everybody saw the truth.
And shout out to you. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to the Big Show. Shout out to Chill Pill Phil. And shout out to production. All right, I'm out.
Thanks, Bob. All right, look forward to seeing you Sunday. Oh, man. Best of the and give my best to the clan. See, that makes sense to Nick, but the 49ers can't do that. They won't do that. Hey, Jalen.
Ronbo.
Damn.
Cardinals, y'all irrelevant. Rams, y'all some bums. Seahawks have won a ring in 10 years and counting. I know that can't be fun. Well, Ronbo, hate to say I told y'all so. And I also said, how the hell we going to be feeling when Justin Fields is in the MVP conversation and Trey Lance is sitting on the bench mid-season? Well,
and
Ronbo,
not even on our bench in Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, Ronbo, I could stun you right now with 3 questions. I had you speechless the rest of my call. What would we look like if Jimmy? What would we look like if Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't put on the team in 2017? What would Kyle Shanahan look like without an elite defense? And where the hell would we be at right now if Brock Purdy wasn't on our roster?
Yeah, you're right.
You got any questions? You got any answers for any of those?
As a matter of fact, you're right. I'm stunned, and I have nothing to say. I have no answer for none of those questions.
You see, we always like to say that we've had bad luck with Brock breaking his arm, Hart dropping a pick, all this bad luck, Jimmy missing the throw. But like I said, Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't show up in 2017. Kyle probably isn't even our coach right now. And if Jimmy Garoppolo isn't the second string last year, our season's probably over as soon as Trey Lance breaks his ankle. If we don't have this elite defense, who knows who knows, Rumble? You've seen how this team looks when the defense doesn't show up. It's the Atlanta game. It's the defense getting punked and the offense moving slow till halftime. We talk about we haven't had luck, but the football gods have literally blessed us with Jimmy Garoppolo in 2017 to save Kyle's job, Brock Purdy to save the season after our second quarterback has gotten hurt, and an elite defense for a coach who can only put up 15 points a game. If this defense isn't elite, Ronbo, I'm telling you, Ronbo, I don't know how we look if we didn't have this elite defense. I really don't. I really do not.
Yeah.
Stephen A. said it earlier. Stephen A. made a take earlier. He said the 49ers are a facet of their defense. Kyle Shanahan is a offensive play caller who can manage the offense and manage the game. But everybody knows the 49ers are known for their defense. It's not the offense. We know, like everybody.
That's been the case since 2019 for sure. So yeah,
it's the case now, Ronbo. It's still the case. Everybody knows as long as the 49ers defense is good, we're gonna be in games.
Well, see,
it doesn't matter.
The table was set, Jalen. After you pick up Christian McCaffrey, you got all the ass kickers you need now. You got Debo, you got Christian, you got Kittle, and I mean, I could go out there and quarterback that team. So, in theory, it should work because the defense is gonna do what they do. It should have been over. It should have been over last year. The 6th ring should be in the cabinet, or the 6th trophy. So,
Ronbo, if Penei Sewell is that, Ronbo, first of all, and here's another thing. Shit, if Trey Lance, if this was gonna happen, Ronbo, Jimmy Garoppolo, he should still be out. He should still be on this roster right now. Hands down, no thinking about it. Like Penei Sewell should have been the pick at 3. And Jimmy G should have still been our quarterback. Yeah. Hands down, no thinking about it. Now, I don't care what any of y'all are saying. Jimmy G is a winner. He's a leader. He can throw. He goes out there and he throws a pick, and he doesn't slow his game down. Jimmy throws a pick and he goes back out there. It doesn't faze him. Dak Prescott throws a pick. Exactly, Ronbo. Like he just has certain it factors that quarterbacks. He just have those certain mental. Elite quarterback it factors, Ronbo. Leadership, a strong mentality. You know what I'm saying? He's vocal. He's charismatic. Like those are things that you can't put just in anybody.
But market prices say he's got to go. See, 49ers were not going to pay him upwards of $40 million.
Yeah, not Ronbo. Let's just be real, Ronbo. We could have extended Jimmy. Jimmy would have. If Jimmy wouldn't have never had the taste in his mouth of Kyle trying to get him out the door with Trey Lance, I'm sure Jimmy would have took a pay cut for us.
Yeah,
I'm
because
almost
he liked the rest of the
100%.
team. You're right. He would have did like Tom
If
Brady.
Trey would have never came, and Jimmy would have knew that his job was secured, come on now, you know Kyle would have took care of him. He would have took a pay cut for us.
Or at least dwindle it down to where you can still keep players around him. Because come on,
Definitely.
look at Jimmy G. This dude
Definitely.
could get endorsed and make money just like Brady did. He doesn't have a wife like Giselle, who has more money than Tom, but still, I don't know.
Ronbo, we need to trade Armstead, Ronbo. He's making
Probably
what, like
next year.
15 a year? He's making like what, 15 million a year?
I don't know, but he's on the block. He's
making a lot of money, Ronbo.
We need to see somebody
trade
take his
him.
place, though. If somebody's good enough to beat out Armstead this year, yeah, he's definitely gone next year.
I think Kalia, what's his name? They said he was pretty good today. Kalia Davis.
Yeah. He was, because he actually, yeah. And Javon, listen, did you watch the game?
Ronbo, Javon Kinlaw is a bust. He's a bust. If Chris Ronbo, and I don't want to hear that, and I don't want to hear this. If he goes somewhere else, he's gonna do good. Ronbo, Chris Kosoric, if he can't revive your career, yeah, Ronbo. If he can't do it, nobody can. He turned Arden Key's career back around.
And he turned. We got to stop though after the game. But listen, I'll be back Sunday looking for you. Always,
man. At
always
the end of the
you.
day, we still the kings of the West. Kyle and Nee need a 2-year rest. Gene D and Rudy can keep coming here crying because the 49ers don't be the best.
That's it.
Let me get a Niners shout out, Ronbo.
Niners!
Let's not forget y'all. Breath smelling like Similac. Mama titty still in his mouth. Face is bald as the Charmin Ultra Strong. And Mr. Clean. Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV. And this was on prime time TV at that. That means everybody in the world saw this, including the people on Alcatraz and North Sentinel Island. Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus watched it, the 90-day honeymoon.
Hey, and by the way, Jalen, I want you to add the fact that he also beat the Hawks nighttime, too. Don't let them slide.
Didn't he? Oh,
yeah, he
God,
did.
no. He did.
Yeah,
he did.
Get that ready for next time.
First time in a while.
We got to go, though, fam. I'll see you Sunday. Remember that. Hey, Casey.
Yo, Ronbo, can you come back to me?
Okay.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Yo, hey, get in here, JJ.
Hello?
Oh, Rob, I wanted to say, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. JJ?
Yeah, I'm here, but somebody else was going.
No, you're on.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say, Mullins, he also beat the Rams, too.
Yeah, see, Jalen's going to update that. I'm sure because he just, it sounded like he forgot that we beat the Hawks, Rusty Wilson and all. It was in the evening as well. But the Rams, see, that goes without saying. We're always going to beat the Rams. No matter how much they talk, you guys regular season taps, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You guys, you know what?
Well,
you got lucky once. God.
Will we have beaten them with Trey Lance?
And well, now see,
we
never seen that yet. I don't know.
You know what's sad to say, Ronbo, is that I don't think this is going to end either, because even the Trey fans are still going to continue with Brock Purdy. This isn't going to stop. You know what I'm saying? You thought it was going to be different with Jimmy. All right, Jimmy's gone. Now it's going to stop. Didn't stop. Now that Trey's gone, now the hate's going to come on. Well, now they pick with Darnold. I was on the call, and I came back, and I think it was off of mute. That's why I was saying it. But what's the name that came in who I haven't heard in a while? Shabazz, I think you were saying, as far as Darnold as a proven bust.
Yeah.
3-16. That's a horrible record, right?
3
wins,
horrible.
16 losses.
Yeah.
That was Steve Young in Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes to the correct situation, and he's a freaking Hall of Famer. Deemed as the best left-handed quarterback to ever play his game.
Yep.
So you can't
and
say
that's
that
saying
Darnold's
something,
done
too,
yet.
when you think about what's his name over with the Raiders. what was that guy's name? He's they put him in the Hall of Fame after he died. Raider. What? No, Raiders quarterback.
Jack Tatum.
No.
Oh, there was Plunkett.
No, not.
I don't think he died though.
No, left-hander.
Stabler.
Kenny Stabler, yeah. Stabler was outstanding, and they didn't put him in the Hall of Fame until after he died. Thanks for that.
He won a couple Super Bowls, didn't he?
I think so. I know of one. But you know what? That's what I'm saying. When you look at that and you look at Steve and say Steve's the best left-hander of all time, that is saying something. But Stabler with 2 minutes to go in the game, he's going to win it. That's all there was to it.
I mean,
anyway,
I'm only bringing that up, Ronbo, because
for the example of why what's his name should struggle at the beginning.
But the thing is, I'm not blind. I saw what Darnold has been. Two complete shitty situations. I mean, somebody had said it earlier where the Browns, they get a quarterback almost every other year. If it works out for them.
I was talking about that yesterday, right? Somebody said, "Who's worse than the Jets?" I said, "The Browns."
I mean, these shitty situations. I mean, look at the Jets. I don't see Rodgers even making the playoffs this year, just because you guys, Rodgers over there, the situation is horrible. Okay, so if it was the opposite way, like how Trey is, leaving a really good situation where even his college coach said he's going into a great situation, I think he could really thrive in Kyle Shanahan's offense. And what happened? He didn't. So now he's leaving to a worse situation, whereas it's the opposite with Sam Darnold. Okay, so I'm not saying he's going to be the next, Dan Marino, but the chances of him, I like when we picked him up. So we say same thing with Cleveland Farrell. I like that we picked him up because it's going to be pick your poison with Javon Hargrave and Bosa. Yes, I said Bosa because he is going to sign.
He's going to eventually sign. They're not crazy. You can't let him go. They'll be the most hated duo in the 49ers of all time. Oh.
I'm sorry, I got to say, I think Papa Dragon said it with what he says about Bosa. I mean, come on, dude. They don't leak a single thing. Why do people keep saying, this is what I've heard, this is what I've heard? They don't leak anything. We had zero clue that Lance was going to the Cowboys, and we find out the Bills had talks with us. Really? They don't leak anything. Zero. I mean, where
when
you
do find out
sources?
something. Well, you know what? The leaks that happened, we weren't surprised to find out about Trey being told that he was going to be falling behind Sam Darnold, but that actually went through the agency because of Trey went back and told his agent. Trey didn't go to the media; he just let his agent know, and the agent couldn't wait. Oh hell no! And he went and told everybody. And I could see how that happened. So
that would make sense there, but
Eric
the only thing I was upset with Trey, I was upset about with Trey because Steve Young is my all-time favorite, and I told people all day today where it's like because Steve Young said something about it, and Steve Young, if anybody has watched A Football Life with Steve Young, he took the opportunity that was dealt, and I teach my sons this. It's either you let the world run all over you and you mope about it, or you get up and say, screw you, I'm going to show you I'm better than what you guys say, and then handle it. That's exactly what Steve Young did. But then Trey didn't do that. He didn't show up to practice. He moped and he went.
Ronbo, what's going on, my brother?
Can't stand that.
JJ, we're going to run out of.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah, hang that up.
What's
good? Yeah. JJ, we're going to.
What the hell is that?
Is that Big Show trying to clown you? Anyway, we're going to go, JJ. You're always short and sweet after the game. So let's open this book back up on Sunday, though, because I like where you're going with this. But we're out of time. All right.
All right, no problem.
All right, JJ. Have a good night.
Have a good one, bud.
You too. And I got the DB, Dark Brother, on the phone. Dark Brother, get in here.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yes,
I saw what I needed to see tonight.
Okay.
I saw exactly what I needed to see tonight. All
Which
three
was?
quarterbacks, they play way above their pay grade. I think Kyle is a genius. Nowhere else in the NFL where we get this quality of quarterbacking for like less than $10,000, like $10 million total.
I was wondering what you were going to do with that.
Genius. He's a genius. And that caller that said, like, yeah, we should have kept Jimmy all this whole time, you know what? There's no way we could afford to pay anybody else if we kept Jimmy. Jimmy would have wanted like $25, $30 million.
At least.
Yeah, there was no way. We would have had to cut Fred Warner or somebody else.
Well, not Fred Warner, but
good,
you can't renew Debo. You end up not being able to renew some of the contracts after. Fred's contract was already in when Jimmy left last year, right? Yeah. So
it's just going to be so ridiculous for Trey to be sitting on the bench as a third-string quarterback, not getting any reps that he needs, and making $7 million. I mean,
I was wondering. It's $7 million. I thought it was $9 million. It's $7 million. Okay.
It's $7 million. Kyle said $7 million.
Okay.
So anyway, the only thing I wish, why Dallas, man? Why? I mean, I get nightmares about Charles Haley, Dion, preventing us from winning like 2 more Super Bowl.
I did not want to see that either. When I went out through the notifications and I saw the word Dallas and Trey in the same sentence, I didn't read the whole sentence. What?
Why not an AFC team like Buffalo or something?
Please.
He said they had like about 4 or 5 teams that wanted Trey.
But Dallas probably says
man.
we'll pick up that $7 million as well. See, the 49ers are so – I'll be so glad, brother, when they get out of this money situation so they can stop pissing and embarrassing us all. That is – stop, Niners. Look what you're making a mess trying to save every dime and nickel. Get rid of somebody then. And that Fred – what's that guy? We got dead cap money with D Ford. That was the stupidest deal ever made, and I don't know how who was the lawyer in on that one? Oh.
That was all Lynch. Lynch, that was his guy.
Damn.
That wasn't Kyle. That was Lynch. Lynch wanted him.
No, those dealings, people don't understand. Kyle's not making those deals. He might like the player say yay or nay, but when it comes to those deals, that's Parag, that's John, and whomever else is dealing with finance.
Hey, but you know what I liked the most tonight? What I really respected was how Kyle stood up there and told everybody that, hey, I was pushing for Trey Lance. I wanted him. He was my guy, and I was responsible for drafting Trey Lance. That's what I wanted to hear, was someone to take responsibility for that fiasco. The only other thing I wanted to make to put the cherry on top of this and just move on is I want Jed York to come out and maybe apologize to the fan, because this whole trade for Trey Lance, with 3 first-round draft picks, that had to go through Jed York. It had to. He had to give his approval.
That's why he can't say nothing.
Go down.
But
Jed York had to. He had to come out and say, hey, if it wasn't for me, this would have never gone down. I was the one who gave the final approval for this mega big trade deal so we can move up to number 3 and draft this young man, and I want to apologize, and I don't want Kyle to take all the responsibility for this. I was also involved in approving this deal. That's all we want. And now we can move on, And you know what? The one thing that's going to cure all this talk about Jimmy and Trey and everything, just win. If they win like the next 4 out of 5 games, nobody's going to be talking about the quarterbacks anymore.
Ronbo, I love you. Ronbo.
It would fix everything.
Winning.
A trophy would fix everything. You're right. But
not even. We don't even need a trophy, man. Just start winning a bunch of games. People will stop talking.
My brother, it is going to take more than that. They've been winning 3 out of 4 years. They got all the way to the door. Was knocking hard. And closed on them. They got to win the trophy. The NFCCG is not a problem for them. They've got to go get that Super Bowl trophy now. Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate to put that kind of pressure on the team.
It's hard.
They already got enough pressure.
But we've always had this routine. 3 out of 4 years, you guys go to the NFCCG. Okay, we know you can do that. Okay, fine. Now get there. You're already hardened. You know what you need to do. Get it done. And they got a better roster this year than ever. Yeah, but fam, this is gonna be our conversation on Sunday. We're gonna keep it short after the game. I'm gonna see you Sunday, all right? Appreciate hearing from you.
All right, Ronbo.
Right.
Hey, can I get a shout out?
Oh yeah. Niners! My man, D Big. All right, fam.
Ronbo.
Man.
Ronbo.
Eric, it's supposed to be. Who is this?
This is Rich Gravy. The Gravy Train. 49 Gravy Train.
Did you say Rich Gravy?
Yes, sir.
Gravy. Well, I'll call you Gravy Train, like you said. Okay, Gravy Train.
Yeah, Gravy Train.
All right.
Yeah, the Gravy
Come on,
Train.
fam.
Man. So, but look, man, I love your show. For one, I'm happy I have a place to voice my opinion. I've been a 49er fan, red and gold, till I'm dead and cold. I tell my son that all the time. I hate that they did Trey like that. You know, 4 starts, you write him off as a bust, you ship him out to Dallas, the hated rival Dallas.
Oh.
Dallas is gonna move off of Dak Prescott so fast, and we're gonna be playing against Trey soon. And if he beats us, you know what? I never would go against my team, but I have a little part of me that's still gonna always be a Trey Lance fan. You never gave the guy a chance to play. I thought it was really foul how they handled it. Yeah, you could say, oh, yeah, we gave him and then he got hurt. Man, you could have let him start the first year when you had Jimmy Garoppolo. You knew you was trying to move off of Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? The second year, okay, he got hurt. But when he comes back to put him behind Sam Darnold, who's been in the league in 55, 60 games, has been a turnover machine, a bust on 3 or 4 other teams, that was despicable, bro. If I was Trey, I would have asked for a trade too. Man, if I can't be number 2 over here, I got to go.
You know, I really want to know if he's such a polite individual. I wonder, maybe his agent went in there and spoke for him. I can't imagine Trey coming in, Coach, I understand what you're doing, but I think it'd be best for you and me if we just let me go. I can't imagine him doing that because I know a lot of dudes that would.
Well, what I heard was Sam Darnold and Trey have the same agent. Shanahan tried to do this mealy mouth. What he said, I'm going to decide who this number 2 is on the day of the games. I may switch it around. They were like, no. Both of our guys is number 2 quarterbacks. So you either going to pick Sam and let Trey go, or you're going to pick Trey and let Sam go. But you're not going to get it both ways. So that's what Kyle was giving the ultimatum. That's why he was talking out both sides of his neck. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna reserve the right to hold my number 2 to before the games, and I'll decide." No.
Gravy. I want to back up just a second, though. Who delivered that ultimatum?
I think the agent.
Oh, okay.
I think the agent. He's an agent for Sam Darnold and Trey Lance.
Okay.
Sam was happy, but Trey was obviously not happy to be demoted to the 3rd string quarterback.
No, of course.
You go from the third
I was thinking you were talking about upper management or something. But okay, go ahead.
I think the ultimatum was given by the agent. And I don't see Trey going in there, but if you tell me I'm the 3rd string quarterback, I'm calling my agent. Agent, I need you to talk to me. I'm ready to go. Can you facilitate the trade? Can you facilitate the trade? I'm ready to go. I done went from the third overall pick. You traded 3 first-round picks for me. Now you're gonna bury me behind Sam Darnold? No, thank you. I'm ready to go. And he looked so good against Denver. He drove us right down the field, scoring touchdowns. They say Sam Darnold outplayed him. I didn't see it. I didn't see it tonight. Sam Darnold is the same story as Sam Darnold. I'm like, how you gonna put him in front of Trey? 23 years old, young, potential. My worst nightmare is T.J. Watt hits Brock Purdy and hurts him, and we got to watch Sam Darnold for a whole season. That's my worst nightmare.
You know, and they're rough in Pittsburgh. I don't know what to expect, but I do know offensive line.
You know, we've been getting quarterbacks hurt like crazy. Jimmy got hurt. Trey got hurt. Then Brock got hurt. You know, I knew that we was going to need more. You know, if Trey could have got to be the backup, just hold your britches, Trey. Don't get mad. You know, you start the season off. Brock was the 3rd string. He started the season off. He just was patient. Boom. Lance got hurt. Boom. Garoppolo got hurt. Okay, now Brock get his opportunity. I just wanted to see Trey actually get an opportunity. But for y'all to give up on the man 4 games into the project, you ain't even seen him play. How do you know he could be the next Patrick Mahomes? You have not seen this man play. You can't say you know what he is in 4 games because don't nobody know what he is yet.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's why Dallas is like, oh, you want a 4th-round pick for a guy you gave up 3 first-rounders for? Absolutely.
We'll take it,
Send him
man.
over there.
Gravy, we keep it short after the game, but listen, appreciate you getting in here, family. I wish you'd come back Sunday. We're going to set up, and we can run a little longer.
I'll come back Sunday, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, Gravy.
All right, you have a good day, family.
You too.
Good show.
All right. Thanks, fam. All right. Yeah, Gravy Train speaking for a lot of people on this matter. It's like JJ said, though, this is going to be an ugly mess for a long time, ain't it? Hey, Seuss.
Yo, Rongo.
Oh, hey, Seuss, man, here we are. Another one of, nobody has as much drama. As our team, Jesus, look around the league. Do you see the sideshows going on like you do in San Francisco? Aaron Rodgers is a sideshow in itself. But beyond that, there is nothing else going on around the NFL. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, a little bit, but nothing to the magnitude of the San Francisco 49ers. And we do this all the time. We keep an ongoing series all the time with chapters and episodes one after the. We must be on chapter 250,000 by now. It's going all the way back to Joe Montana, and Steve Young. Here we are. Another damn dilemma. And Nick Bosa's not helping any. You add that to the pot, and then people aren't Sam Darnold being here because they believe he's not as good. And then you send him Trey to Dallas. Hey, Seuss, short and sweet after the game, though. It's a lot to process and throw out there, but go ahead. Because I know you're not interested in the game.
Yeah, first things first. I want to give a shout out to Ronbo Sports and shout out to the whole 49er Empire. Shout out to my brother Eddie E. Shout out to the homie Chris Hansen, and shout out to Ronbo Sports and production. But I can't wrap my mind around the whole Trey Lance trade. Like, I'm still confused about it, but at the same time, I called it.
You saw that coming?
Like, I saw it coming.
I didn't see it coming that quick. You saw it coming overnight like this?
Yes. Like as soon as after the game last week, he did enough in order for us to get a 4th today.
Oh.
If not, he would have been probably with the 5th.
You're right. He looked great last week, and that probably turned on, and the 49ers struck while the iron was hot.
Hey, he's a bust for us. And he's probably you know what? He's probably up there with Jamarcus Russell on that part. On the bus label, not career-wise, because I'm not going to sit here and lie, Ronbo. We gave Jimmy so many chances, and we didn't even give Trey Lance no chance. Like, I know that he was supposed to thrive in this offense. Don't get me wrong. He had Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Carlos Juszczyk, Juwan Jennings. The list goes on.
And now CMC.
And now Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell. Like, he was supposed to thrive in this offense, But instead, he's one of those quarterbacks that you need to develop. Like, he went into a bad situation when he had a great team around him, These are elite players, Trent Williams, Aaron Banks. Man, Kyle ruined Trey Lance like he did RG3. There, I said it.
Well, both of them definitely got hurt.
He ruined another mobile quarterback. Like, I don't know. Like, I wish Trey Lance nothing but the best. I don't wish evil on anybody, even those in our division. But I don't wish.
Wait. Did you say you don't wish no? Wait. You said you don't wish anything bad on anybody, even the teams in our division. I want to just add to that, except for the Rams and the Seahawks. Okay, go ahead. I'm so tired of them. I don't know what to do. All right, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
That was me. Jesus didn't say that. I said that.
It's all those teams that still don't have more rings than us combined.
You know,
those teams are losers. But
they still talk trash.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I feel like the Trey Lance situation. I feel like we should have gave him one more chance. Like this should have been like his last year. But I could see where they're coming from because he would have been on this contract year, and he would have been not worth anything at that point. Where he would have just probably left and would have not even franchise tag Trey. So we probably not even.
Someone help me! He has me tied downstairs. I am being.
Is that Nick Bosa?
No, that's Trey Lance. No, that's Trey Lance. That's Trey Lance. That's John Lynch. John Lynch is coming. Preventing him to go to Dallas.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, where were you? Fam, we're out of time though. Listen, I'll be back Sunday, and we can go a little longer and dive into some of these situations. Okay.
For sure.
It's always a pleasure to hear from you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we don't get enough of you, man. You know, you come back and you pay these visits. We're always delighted. But hey, I hope you got time Sunday.
I'll definitely try to swing by.
All right. That ain't Jesus. Eddie. All right, y'all.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too. All right, let's. Hey, Casey.
Ronbo, what's shaking?
Casey, I am because
we are shaking.
Yeah, Nick Bosa needs a sign so I can stop trembling. Actually, that would be a Band-Aid for some of the other issues we might have. But if Nick Bosa signs, all of a sudden the sun would shine again. I would be okay with that. Everything else I can deal with mentally. But don't tell me Nick Bosa wants $200 million a year for a short. I mean, come on, Nick. They can't pay that much. He'll just destroy the rest of the team. And he already said that he didn't want to be the highest paid player. And it wasn't necessary that he be paid the highest player in the league. This is his agent going wild, I got a feeling. That's why that's why I think it was Nick on the phone. They got him tied down so he can't interfere.
Yeah, it really bothers me to think that somewhere Bosa's just off made a shade with a glass of lemonade. Maybe peeing on a fence or something right now, just watching all this happen.
It does sound a little cushy, doesn't it?
I don't understand, Ronbo. The 49ers don't have the priorities in check. And feels like we've lost the Super Bowl, Ronbo. Now we got to go into Pittsburgh in week 1. Might take the Steelers in week 1, Rumble. I don't know, man.
I don't think the Steelers can score in the 49ers defense, but I do worry about whether we can score. Well, you know what? I don't worry about an offense scoring because there's just too many guys. But you know what? That game, the more I think about it, it should not be a real big challenge. To some degree, of course, the Steelers are tough.
It will be, though. It will be, and I'm probably going to take the under. I think it's going to be like 19-16.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. Whichever defense wins is going to win that game because both defenses are going to be tough. But Pickett doesn't have any more experience. You think they got a better running game?
Yeah, whoever has a better run game.
That's us. When you got CMC on your team and company, and Debo too, they're not. The Steelers can't stop that.
And that's the idea, right? That all the starters are going to show up. We're going to see Trent out there. But, the offensive line is still not anywhere close to what the Harbaugh era was, which is my kind of measure of what I want.
It may not need to be because the whole essence of Kyle Shanahan's offense is getting rid of the ball quick.
They got to have – they got to make sure their center
Brindle?
Yeah, their center's not holding it down. Jonathan Fire so good. Downfield block. Pillars, Staley, and Davis. Guards, Purdy.
Yeah, but I don't know. We can't underestimate the 49ers.
And now we're out here, Ronbo. We're hoping Robbie Gould is somewhere. What is going on? I can't. They got male gold rush.
Casey, you're fading in and out because I'm getting partial.
I don't know what's going on, Ronbo. It might be good that I'm fading in and out. I just left the Cannabis Club, Ronbo. I hit a 14er tonight. I took the Chargers at 7.5. Ronbo, there's no way the 49ers are winning this game by 8 points. I took the Chargers by 7.5. And then I took the under in the Giants game. I took the over in the Mariners, and I took the Diamondbacks. And it was kind of a cakewalk. It was.
I was going to say, sounds like you had a good day.
With the Braves. Yeah, it was a great day, Ronbo. Very successful day. But
honestly,
I don't know,
Casey,
Ronbo. I might take the Seahawks to win the division, Ronbo.
You know,
I might take the Seahawks to win the division. The way John Lynch and
Seahawks.
Kyle Shanahan are operating this right now, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm scared, Ronbo.
Just remember,
we don't have a kicker, Ronbo. We don't even have a kicker.
Oh, that's the other problem. That's right. I forgot about our kicking situation.
We got no kicker. We got no Bosa. And Ronbo, I just want to say one more thing, man. What is this idea of Trey's got a fresh start in Dallas? Like playing under Jerry Jones behind Dak Prescott? Like, good luck trying to get a contract out of Jerry.
Well, worse than that. Well, no, you know what? I don't think Dak is long for this world. Dak is probably on his way out next year.
I don't think so. I know he played 12 games last year.
They had a better offensive coordinator last year. McCarthy's not going to help Dak. They got a real problem.
I don't know, Ronbo. They got their backup Cooper. Their backup Cooper Rush is pretty good too. I mean,
they had a good OC.
I like Dak. I think Dak has one of the best arms in the league, Ronbo. I'm not playing.
To throw INTs. He throws those bullets right to the other team.
Yeah, but he throws these 40-yard bullets, Ronbo. They're crazy, man. Dak has a hell of an arm.
Well,
and it's going to take a lot before Trey succeeds Dak.
Dak could lose that job. Jerry Jones' patience is going to run out. If Dak goes out there setting a new league record, playing 4 or 5 less games than the guy next to him throwing INTs, Dak, what's the matter? And now they got him another receiver. So he's under a lot of pressure. So enter Trey Lance. I don't want him playing over there, but he could have a new start.
I hate what happened today, Ronbo. I can't take anything that Kyle says seriously anymore. Ronbo. I mean, we need some dogs. We need some dogs in that coaching staff, man.
Yeah, well,
it's a serious matter.
We got now.
Kyle's an offensive coordinator that's been masquerading as a head coach. He's fooled us all, but he's just an offensive coordinator.
In case we got to go though. You know how we do after games.
He doesn't know when to run. He doesn't know when to pass. He had Purdy passing so much tonight. I don't know, Ronbo, but point is.
The offense, don't worry about it. It'll get better next week. But we got to go, Case. Let me see you.
Ronbo, I'm fading in and out, man. I just left the Cannabis Club, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the Seahawks fans in the chat that don't have a Ronbo Sports. Shout out to the Arizona Cardinal fans that never make a peep. You guys don't have no Ronbo Sports.
Thanks,
got the link in the bio for the hats. Always a pleasure, Ronbo.
I look forward to hearing from you Sunday, Casey. And I'm congratulations on the day. He's betting too. All right, fam.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I hope the East Coast has a great breakfast. It's getting late. Have a good night.
You too. Good night, Casey. What's 209?
What's going on, Ronbo?
Yes, indeed. We're just raking over the coals. And what is your name? I just got your area code here.
Alex, man.
Alex. Hi, Alex.
Man, Ronbo, I'm disappointed today. Today's a bad day.
It's strange.
Can't believe Kyle Shanahan really lied to us about Trey playing today, first and foremost. It's like, if it was in his plan the whole time.
Ooh,
yeah,
Alex,
if it was in his plan the whole time to trade.
They knew.
Yeah. So if it was in his plan to trade him the whole time, why didn't we trade him during the draft and got whatever we got? I mean, to trade him to Dallas for a 4th-round pick, I got friends that are Dallas fans.
Oh, they must be
insane.
They must be loving
this. This is insane. Oh man, they're giving me such a hard time. It's crazy. But what I'm trying to say
Dallas
is,
got something from us. It cashed into a championship and a ring. Every time they did that.
Yeah. Exactly. So I this is my prediction. This is a bold prediction, early prediction. I feel like we might see the Cowboys again in the playoffs, but I'm saying Dak might get hurt before the playoff game. Trey Lance is going to come in. He's going to play us. And they might just give it to us this year, Rumble. They just might give it to us this year with Trey Lance. Trey Lance has come out, prove his point. Kyle's going to look like a fool, and we're going to look like a fool as an organization. Somebody needs to go.
Well, you know, I don't know how they made that deal, why they made that deal. I figured because Jerry Jones says, I'll pick up that $7 million, don't worry about it, or whatever the case was. But I'm still trying to wrap myself around the idea that you gave him to Dallas. Why Dallas? Wouldn't that be risky?
No, why not an AFC team at least? If we're going to give him up for a fourth round, I would rather give him up for a fifth round pick to an AFC team.
Yeah, I don't get the Dallas connection, and we're not going to find out about that. We may never find out about it, but there's usually somebody who tells you the truth later, much later. But why Dallas?
It's just today. It proves today, if we're watching the game, we gave up Trey Lance for Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen. It doesn't make no sense, Rumble. It doesn't make no sense whatsoever. It's like, why would we give for Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen? Why wouldn't we keep Trey Lance with a higher upside?
They made up their mind about Trey way back in February, because that's when actually when they started trying to trade him was way back then. So the 49ers, I don't know what they see. I don't know how they're making their judgment, but they gave up on Trey right around that time, and it didn't work. They couldn't move him, so they did what they always do. They say, well, we're working with him. We're appreciating him, and we're doing this, and we're doing that. He's coming along well in his rehab, by the way. You know, we got all the kind of friendly talk, but even then, I think they really were trying to get rid of him. They'll deny it, and I think they made a decision on Trey a long time ago.
And this brings me back to my point right here. If they made a decision on Trey a long time ago, why not let him play the whole preseason and ramp up his value? Let's say he did really good in the preseason. We could have got maybe a second or third round pick.
Yeah.
Let's go third or second round pick. Why not just let him play the whole preseason? And it will really just grinds my gears up in the day is how do we not let him even practice with the starters?
Or they were worried about that he'd show too much as far as they're thinking. I'm just trying to think like they might have been thinking. They might have thought he might have showed too much, and then they wouldn't get anything. Because he can have a bad day. It doesn't necessarily mean that's who he is, but he could have a bad day, and that some GMs, that's all they're going to have to see is once. So they set Trey up in there as much as they could, even to the point where they held him out in that last game and made Sam go out there a little longer. I said, that's unfair. But I didn't think anything of it. I didn't make any connections. I didn't know they were going to trade him. I thought they might if they could later, but they did it immediately. And that's.
Man, I was there. I was there at the last game with the Broncos. Man, that was Trey Lance came out and did his thing. He came out and did his thing, dude. So it's like, why not let him just? If that was a plan the whole time, why not just let him flourish and thrive in the preseason, whatever, and then we could have probably got a bigger, higher round pick. Even though I didn't want to trade him, I didn't like me personally. I would rather have kept Trey Lance on this team than have Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen as our backups.
And we're gonna get another guy too somewhere soon, probably. Wait till the day after tomorrow when they cut people. Alex, we got to go though. We always keep it short after the game. I'll see you Sunday. Appreciate you getting in here, Alex.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, fam. Have a great night. Richard Ray Archuleta. Hey, Richard, man, me and Richard, man, I've been knowing you forever, man. Me and Richard used to exchange. We went through all kind of roller coasters, like something like me and Emilio. We used to exchange in nasty vibes, post in over underneath the bottom of the. It's so funny, but I've been knowing Richard Ray forever. Richard Ray, thanks for that contribution. What did he say? Let me read that. He didn't say anything. Richard Ray, what's up, fam? Hey, and I say, hey, Justin.
What a day! What a day, huh?
And it's not over.
You know what scared me, though, Ronbo? Because like I was at work, right? I'm at work, right? And you know, I was at work when the Forrest Buckner trade happened, right?
Were you?
And yes, and everybody's like, "Oh, did you hear your guy got traded?" I'm like, and then they came to me again. They're like, "Did you hear your guy got traded?" I'm like, in my head, I was panicking because I was like, "Don't tell me Bosa. Please don't tell me Bosa." Like I literally had a panic attack in my head. I was like, "Oh my god!" Oh my God! And they're like, oh, you guys only got a 4th round pick for him. I'm like,
You can't be Bosa.
nope. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. We just got a 4th round pick for him. And then they said Trey. I'm like,
You know, we had a
what,
similar
Ronbo?
reaction because my phone was jumping up and down with notification. I thought it was good news about Bosa. I had no idea that it was going to be Trey going to Dallas. That shocked me.
Oh, you know what I need you to do, Ronbo? You are aware of that green screen behind you, right?
What?
I need you to add Brock Purdy to that, okay? With Montana. I need you to add that. Just, okay. All right.
We could do green screen.
Yeah, there you go. See, look at see. It's time to update it, Ronbo. You know, it's time to update it. I think it's time. I think it's time. You know, because this is the era of Brock, and we'll see how it goes. But you know, it is Brock Purdy's era, and unfortunately, we will have to deal with Sam Darnold as number 2. That is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate because I do not like Sam Darnold. I do not think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a decent quarterback. I think he's a quarterback, which means mediocre at best. It's tough. It's real tough. It's like at the same time we're giving the keys to Brock, but at the same time all that draft capital went to Trey. So, and we could have had Micah at 12. So.
Please don't remind me. Every time I think about that, Micah and Nick on the same team. How ridiculous would that be? You couldn't pay them both. At some point, it would have been like Vernon Davis and that other tight end we had, and I was crying for the days about the fact we couldn't keep both of them. You can't keep that.
Oh, 46, Walker, Delaney Walker.
Delaney, yeah. I said, oh no. I was crushed. So, you know, you can have too much talent.
Yeah.
Can't pay them all.
You know, it just for some reason, it just doesn't sit right in my head. Like, what this entire process has been. And you know what? I don't really agree with some of this he talks about that. You know, one call is right. Jed York does owe an apology for how this went down. Because they're right. Jed York signs off on everything. And he's got to admit, he fucked up this thing, like from start to finish. This is all on Jed York, 100%. He could have vetoed and said, "Nah, we're not gonna do that trade. It just doesn't make sense." He said yes. So you know, Jed does owe an apology. Kyle did say what he said about Trey, and Lynch. I think this is his last year with Lynch. I think it's his last year. I think Adam Peters is going to step up and be in the GM. I think this is John
goes back to the booth? Yeah.
I think so.
Well, no.
I mean, you can tell how much the job is. You can tell how much the job is stressing him out. Look, have you seen him at his press conferences? He's stressed out. He's ready.
No, because I'm telling you right now, that's what's worrying me about Nick Bosa. Lynch is concerned, and it's starting to show on his face. But Justin, you know how we do after the game.
I'm hoping with this trade, Nick Bosa gets paid tomorrow. That's the only salvation, man. That's the only good news I want to hear about. Nothing bad, nothing good, nothing bad, nothing good. I want to hear Nick Bosa gets paid tomorrow, and I want to hear about the shoulder injury with Cooley. You're in Cooley? Whatever.
Oh, Conley, yeah. Yeah.
Conley. So, yeah.
See, he's a downfield threat. People think we could just be throwing the ball down the field all the time. You got to have guys like Conley. I mean, or Devontae Adams. We don't have that kind of guy. Conley could be. He's long and he's fast. He can win at the peak of the leap. The peak of the leap. Yeah. So, you know. But
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna hope this is a nightmare, and I can wake up from this nightmare because it's ridiculous. But
really
all right, Ronbo.
Justin.
Have a good night and rest well.
Yeah, I know. All of us are gonna have trouble sleeping, but yeah, we'll try. All right, fam. I'll see you Sunday. There goes Justin. Hey, Kenny Powers. Come on in, Kenny.
Ronbo.
Kenny. Okay, I see
How you
you
doing,
on the
man?
side all the time. We only get to hear from you every now and then, but yeah, Kenny.
Yeah, man, I've been working.
Yeah.
But I check in, though.
No, and we appreciate it.
Tonight was trash, Ronbo.
It's
Best way to put it.
all the way around. Every element of this particular 24-hour period has sucked. You know, when you think about it.
Yeah, it did. Kyle and John Lynch got ghosts on that presser and left it to the defensive captain to talk to him about Trey Lance.
And then the kicker and his quadriceps, and then even Zane comes up with an injury during the game, and Nick Bosa, for God's sakes, is still unsigned. What? Would I leave anything out? My God.
No. Kyle Shanahan can't call plays. I haven't seen anything from this defense in the preseason. I'm questioning Steve Wilkes right now, for real.
Well, you know what? You got to wait on that because they're going to keep vanilla. You didn't see any real.
Well, we got less than 2 weeks to play the Steelers, so we'll see how it goes next week when we make the cuts.
Preseason, you can't be exposed.
It's not looking too good right now, Ronbo.
Well, yeah, but that's not unusual. We get our brains beat out every year in the preseason. Usually, as far as the coaches showing you, they're not going to show you anything now. No team is. It's who has the best football players every year that wins that. And the Chargers today.
Well, Kyle said he was going to start the starters. I haven't seen any starters tonight.
Well, there was a few. Fred was out there for a while. You had Brock out there, Debo. He had him out there. He just didn't run anything. And they went to work on the Chargers immediately. So there was that. But they didn't run anything
I don't know how the season's going to go.
Yeah.
From the way this offseason's been going, I don't know. I'm losing faith in Kyle, to be serious.
Yeah.
We're going into year 7. He said 3 years ago he had to build the team up.
Yeah.
So.
And they did. It took a while to get the right personnel.
Yeah, he did.
But we got him.
But now we're in 2023, so it's a different time. So we got, what, 225, 230 million guaranteed next year without Bosa's contract.
But but I understand D Ford's contract is finally going to be off the friggin' books.
Finally, after like 10 years, he's paying that dude forever.
Oh my God! What kind of deal was that?
I don't know.
Bosa's contract doesn't kick in until next year anyway. This year wouldn't be a problem. The rollover.
Kyle's been talking a good game, but I don't know how we have 200+ million guaranteed next year. We're going to play A-listers. Play it smart. We're going to do this with the quarterback. We're going to do this and the other. I ain't seeing nothing, Kyle.
Well, there's going to be A-listers, and there's going to be some guys you don't want to see leave, but they are leaving.
If Kyle and John in the organization are so professional, how did they get it so wrong with Trey Lance?
I have no idea. I really don't know. What were they thinking when they first made that deal? When they went up 3 places, you're getting a raw candidate to come in to work with a Super Bowl ready
North Dakota State. I was like, what? Who is this guy?
And you're going to work
with
him?
All right, Kyle, if you think he's the one, all right, let's go. Let's do it. And I was like, all right. So he got hurt. Okay.
I think they did. They must have thought.
And then he got hurt again. I was like, all right. So he played with a hurt finger the whole season. You never told anybody?
So we all thought he was just bad. I thought there was look at that ball. There's no spin on it. He couldn't. The finger, when you release, it comes off that index finger. You try to throw it off the middle finger, it's not going to work. I thought there was just something wrong with his mechanics. He was in pain. They didn't tell us like you're saying, though.
I don't know. Judge York's being investigated for insider trading. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, that's been going on for a couple of weeks.
I don't know what's going on, Ronbo. We'll see how it goes, though, against the Steelers. I mean, I still got faith, but if we play garbage against the Steelers, come on.
Well, they're a good team. It won't be a cakewalk.
They're good. They're not the Steelers of old, man. Last season wasn't that impressive.
I know, and they got no business beating the 49ers. I don't care what they did. You're right.
But I'm saying, if we play like trash, the people are going to start questioning, like, how do we play like trash against the Steelers, bro?
And can second-year Kenny Pickett, is he going to beat that 49er defense? I don't believe that. Some people really do, though.
I don't believe that either. That's true. But if somehow we lose to the Steelers and it looks bad, people are going to start questioning. You know how it's going to go, Ronbo. You already know.
Ugly real quick. You're right.
Going into that next week, people are like, well, preseason didn't show us shit, and then fucking week 1 against the Steelers, if that happens, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm on the fence. I don't know.
You're right. To prove
how you feel about the season going forward?
I'm a little bit like you. I want prove to me that everything's okay, guys. Prove to me you got this under control. Prove to me this team is a team that we thought they were going to be a couple of months ago, because right now there's a lot of question marks that are really frightening. You don't have a kicker. We thought we did.
Yeah. Jake Moody, I don't know about that one. Like,
we got to go there.
How you go from Michigan to playing like Booty? Like, how do you do that, dude? Like,
that's not the first time we've seen
skill,
that.
bro. Like, I thought Michigan was like top tier talent. Like, you go up against like top defenses and
They do.
Obviously, that's not evident because
for kickers,
you can't hang in NFL.
The mental balance is a pain. Jake's
Zane
freaking
Gonzalez
out.
ain't that much better either. I'm not sold on that dude either. So.
Well, fam, we got to go. We got to keep it short after the game. Sunday, though,
I know. I'll check in definitely Monday, so we'll talk about it more. It's all good.
All right, fam. Sunday.
All right, man. You take care.
You too.
Have a good weekend.
Kenny. You too.
All
right. Mr. Block, guys. So, is there any cuts you think that will surprise you? The biggest surprise would be if they get rid of Ronnie Bell. You didn't let him play today because it's too late. If you put him on the practice squad, he is gone in a heartbeat. You know, Kyle didn't even let him. He didn't get to play at all today. Now I'm hoping. Okay, Kyle, you don't want him to get hurt, right? Because if you think you're going to stash him on the practice squad, forget about it. That's going to be the thing that bothers me the most. I'm hoping it just didn't want to get him hurt. He's looking at him as an A-lister, a potential A-lister. Please let that be the case. Ellis. There it is. Hey, come on in, Ellis.
Man, oh man. So how you feel about Sam Darnold, Ronbo?
I don't have anything to say one way or the other about Sam Darnold. Everybody says he's terrible, but I don't see terrible, but I didn't see just blow your mind good either. I don't really have any feeling about him. I'm going to need to see him in the offense or something. But I don't have any feeling one way or the other. Now, I know a lot of people feel he's just terrible. I didn't see anything to tell me he's terrible. But what are you thinking is more important?
Well, I want to get your opinion. What about Brandon Allen? How did they look?
Oh no, that was bad.
Second and third.
Brandon Allen is bad. Yeah, no doubt about Brandon Allen. They talked about him like he was doing a good job in practice. Maybe he was, but he wasn't doing. Brandon Allen is not. I don't know. I got nothing to say about him either.
I'm gonna tell you straight up like this. If Brock Purdy goes down,
we're in deep trouble.
So does the season. No, the season is over.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Season is over. So Kyle better find a way to
protect him.
He better get with some high end fucking military scientists or something and find a way to create an invisible shield to protect Brock Purdy to keep him from getting injured or something. Because if he goes down, the season is over. Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen are not going to do shit. They're going to crumble.
And it takes
nobody.
1 year, and he hasn't had any time to learn the offense yet. There is a lot of truth to what you're saying about Sam Darnold. He doesn't know enough. He hasn't been out there long enough.
Man, come on, man. He's the difference between Brock and them is that, you know, Brock has the ability to he has the escape ability, and he can move around and do things outside of the pocket and also make, you know, good rhythmic throws and operate in the offense. And he does a damn good job. I'll give him that. But when you go to the next string and the following string, QB, there's the drop off is, you know, it's fucking ground zero, dude. Sam Darnold is gonna get folded like lawn chairs. And so is Brandon Allen. They're not going to be escaping the pocket and doing anything spectacular. That was one of the dynamics that you have with Trey is his ability to extend plays and break out of tackles and stuff like that, and, you know, make moves and do things. I mean, Sam Darnold moves around a little bit when there's room, but when it's tight and it's closed in and you got all these defenders around you, his ass, you know, he gets swallowed up. You know, he's seeing ghosts. Ronbo, you know who that is.
He said,
"Listen, I'm seeing ghosts out there." Okay, Mr. 90 turnovers in his fucking career, man. Like, let's be real here. Kyle is about to be eating shit. Him and John, they both are going to have gourmet shit to eat here coming up pretty soon. I'm telling you, karma is coming, dude. Like, they did that boy Trey faulty, and they just better hope and pray that Brock does not go down, because our season is over. You know, that it's over. We just got a display of it tonight. Sam Darnold didn't barely do shit. He threw, a couple of eye passes, but outside of that, he was not doing shit flashy. And I didn't even have to watch Brandon Allen. I could hear it on your show, and I could smell it in the air while I was running errands and taking care of business, that it wasn't shit going on. And that's what we got to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope everyone's happy. Y'all all better be praying that we make sure that nothing happens to Brock Purdy this season, or our season is over.
And that's always the case
Kyle
anyway.
and John are good. They're toast, man. They're toast. I was not impressed. You can't put 14 points on the board or 21 points on the board in the preseason even. Like, I mean, Brock and them got in the end zone, and we got. I mean, come on, dude, 12 points. We don't have a kicker.
It's a scary thing. But Ellis, you know how we do. We got to wait. We got to continue on Sunday.
Yeah, we do stupid shit. You know how we do? We do stupid shit like this, and when we put ourselves in front of the barrel, you know, and yeah. So yeah, man, this is what it is.
Looking bad right
it's
now.
saying, you know. But I hope Trey gives us the business in weeks to come, and he's going to do great. You know, I don't know if it's going to be Dallas. Hopefully they're able to give him the opportunity. But he's a great player, man, and he didn't deserve that. He deserved way better than this. So that's just what it is.
Agree with that. All right,
All right, man. Hit that like, subscribe. You know where you at. Wipe your feet. Everybody, y'all better, get your prayers on and up for Brock Purdy and his protection for the season, because our shit will be over if he goes down.
Shout out to the squad too, Ellis. All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Block Eye says, Bell equals no cut. Our KO and PO kickoff, kicker, offensive line. Yeah. You know, special teams. You know what? People, chat was complaining about special teams even tonight. I don't really know. Mr. Block, I say my contribution. You know what? I'm going to reserve some of my statements, because I think a lot is being taken away from this preseason game that probably shouldn't be. You didn't really see anything more than players trying to earn a job. So I don't know if we should actually depress ourselves with thinking that was representative of what you're going to see next. Contrary, absolutely to the opposite. Now that they're out of the way, the 49ers are going to get to work and do what they do. So we'll see. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, how's it going?
Tony, it's going all right. There's a lot of concern here, and there's a lot of pressure because we've been anticipating this season since we got took out with a broken elbow last season, right? So this is like we didn't need to see today, and the drama that we keep going. Tony, I was asking people earlier. Look around the league. Who has more mystery? We even have action movies, all combined into one. And on this team, we have the love stories. We got everything right. We could be better than Netflix. We just got everything on this team, and it's always out there. Our stuff is always in the street, always, and it gets crazy.
But it seems like with your Niner Empire that morale is low overall, maybe 60%. I've been in the chat talking with people. The morale is a little low. I've heard some people saying that Mr. Spotlight Jerry Jones is going to treat Trey Lance and be in the room with him and try to talk him into giving them all the Niner secrets and the playbook and all that.
Oh, he probably picked him up at the airport. and took him to the 5-star. I'm talking Michelin tops. I mean, pick. And they're having dinner, and they're laughing and talking, and Trey's getting drunk, and he don't even drink, you know. And then Trey's telling them everything.
Like he did Charles Haley. I remember that they filmed that he picked up Charles Haley at the airport when they traded for him.
Guarantee you, Jerry Jones ain't fooling me. And Jerry probably took him out to, listen, I got a club I go to that's very exclusive. I'd like to take you with me and get a membership for you. You know, just, don't do it. Hey, call Trey's mama. You know, because Jerry's going to corrupt him and everything else. But that
a lot of Texas women gonna be around.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Women. Yeah. Southern hospitality. But Ronbo, y'all gonna be fine. You said this earlier, Ronbo. Y'all have one of the best rosters in football, if not the best. Rosters.
And those guys.
Ellis is even impressed on the last call.
I know, ain't he?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, those guys on that team have had their feelings hurt how many times? If anybody thinks the 49ers are going to come out guns blazing this year, they're going to be surprised. Because all of them, after that heartbreaking loss last year in the fashion they lost, there's no need to worry about the 49ers' aggression coming into the first week. So I'm not worried about that.
You guys are going to be similar to us. Well, the culture we're trying to build. Y'all going to be hitting people in the mouth just like we are. Now they're saying our offensive line is one of the 10 best in football. I'm like, I'll take it.
There you go. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
You got to protect that offensive movement. You can't go anywhere unless you can move the ball. So
offensive line and defense. Yep,
trenches. And 49ers have worked hard on that. Now the kicker situation is freaking people out and probably causing a little more anxiety than it should. All right, Nick Bosa is making everybody crazy. We need him. You know the MVP. Come on.
They need to get that done. But the Bosas have been shrewd negotiators for years.
Always.
Back to his brother, the dad, when he was with Miami.
Even after they got drafted. On draft day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't sign.
Yeah. Yep. Those Bosas, they're shrewd when it comes to deals and their money, man. So, but Ronbo, it was something I meant to tell you. And I put it in the chat, but I don't know if the Niner Empire didn't respond. I saw y'all's game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little bit old. That's why I sound funny.
Okay.
John Lynch went in the booth, was in one of y'all's broadcast booth. He took the hit for the Trey Lance trade.
Yeah.
He said, hey, we made a deal. It didn't work. He said, it's my fault. I'll take the hit for it. Because Niner Empire said nobody's taking responsibility. John Lynch took responsibility.
I forgot about that. You're right. Lynch he took one. Yeah.
He said, we tried it and it didn't work. He said, I wish Trey well. But, we did give up a lot. We're going to take the hit on it, but it's my fault. It just didn't work. And that's what John Lynch said.
See, from that, Tony, what does that tell you? It's more than what we saw. I don't know exactly. I can't come up with any kind of thought process on that. I just know if they felt that strongly, then something really bothered them during workouts or whatever. They saw something that you just couldn't get with. That's all I can think. Because as fans, everybody thinks that Trey's been mistreated. I don't know that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, I don't see them being that evil. That's why I think, why would they get Trey and then do a number on him? I think they made some kind of decision on something based off of something they saw.
Yeah. And then he said it wasn't Trey's work ethic. He said it just didn't work. He wouldn't get specific other than saying it just didn't work, and I'll take responsibility for that because we did give up a lot for him. He said, but it just didn't work, and that's pretty much all he said. But Niner Empire's mad. They want Kyle Shanahan to come out and apologize. Man, with his personality, that ain't happening.
I tell you what, Tony, I think Kyle, as much as people like to believe it, I think sometimes when decisions are made, most of us believe that Kyle is the man with the hand. If Kyle says it goes, it goes. If Kyle says it doesn't go, it doesn't go.
Ronbo, something's wrong with your microphone.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can't hear you, Ronbo. Your microphone's messed up.
Tony, we lose it every now and then. Let me know when you hear me. I'll keep. Tony?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Kyle gets outvoted at times because as much as we think that Kyle's out there saying yay or nay or whatever he likes, I think he gets outvoted every now and then at least. He was supposed to hire the GM he wants to work with, but when Adam Peters, John Lynch, and whomever else is at that hierarchy, if they all vote, and I'm sure Kyle can't say, look, I don't like it. Well, Kyle, this is, pretty much what the room decided. We had an agreement that we'd vote on things. I don't think he wins all the time.
It's funny, Ronbo, you say that. I'm going to go back and make it real quick. The great Tom Landry. I love Tom Landry, even though I'm not a Cowboys fan as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 1975, his defensive coaches, Bob Lilly, had just retired, the Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And they all wanted Randy White. Tom Landry wanted to draft Walter Payton, but he got outvoted by the rest of the coaches and the GM. Can you imagine if Walter Payton had to play for the Dallas Cowboys? He'd have had over 20,000 yards.
And
behind that offensive line.
And Emmett did a number, and Walter P. probably was better than Emmett. Yeah.
He was, yeah. And I think Dallas would have won more Super Bowls if they had drafted Walter Payton, too. Instead of losing to Pittsburgh twice, they probably would have beat them once. So, but the moral of the story is Tom Landry wanted Walter Payton, but he was outvoted based on like what you're saying about the Niners.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all believe, and I did to agree, but I'm thinking after Kyle came out and said what he said, I was torn between Mac Jones and Trey, and he went ahead and admitted that. And most of us believe there was no way that Mac Jones was involved in that decision. And then Kyle didn't say anything up until just recently. I said, what? WTF, really? So that means he probably did get outvoted. That's when I decided Kyle doesn't get to do anything he wants to around there. Some things do go through a process of voting. So, this trade for Trey, he may have been telling the truth. He wasn't intending on doing that. They told Kyle at the last minute, we got a deal in place for Trey. Here's what we're going to do. Maybe not. I don't know.
And Ronbo, your running back, which one is it?
Jordan Mason?
Davis Price.
Oh, Davis Price.
Davis Price had a good day today.
Yeah, he
finally.
did. He looked good.
Yeah, 61 yards on 10 carries. I saw the long run. Y'all gave up a long run to Kelly, the second string running back.
He ate all the way to the end zone. I mean, he ate the 49ers up. I mean, him
How
and
long
the
was
other.
that run?
It was at least as much as you just said. And that Max, whatever his name is, he was out there having a field day. The 49ers couldn't do a damn thing with him. But people thought that that's the 49er team. I said, man, come on, man. Y'all. Them dudes are trying to make the team out there trying to stop Max. What was Max? What was his name? Max?
Did Easton Stick play?
Who?
Did Easton Stick play the other quarterback from North Dakota State?
Yeah, he looked awful. But Max.
He was the quarterback after Carson Wentz and before Trey Lance at North Dakota State.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got beat up.
Carson Wentz. Yeah, he played well last week, the last couple of weeks. But yeah, you're talking about Max Dugan, their seventh-round draft pick out of
That's him. Yes. With a name like Max Dugan, and first he came in a little cold, and they were just beating his butt. And then all of a sudden he started playing. I said, look at this dude, man. He's just running all over us. He's got us all confused. He ran a touchdown in.
He led TCU to the college championship last year, right?
Oh, it's him. He's the guy?
Yeah, they beat TCU. They beat Michigan. Matter of fact, I don't think you saw their first-round pick, Quentin Johnson. They drafted 3 TCU guys, 2 of their receivers and the quarterback. Quentin Johnson was their first-round pick. I don't think you saw him tonight.
Yeah. Well,
and their 4th-round pick was Darius Davis, their punt returner, all from TCU.
They've got a guy on defense who's supposedly pretty good too. I didn't hear anything about him tonight though. But in the secondary, a cornerback, I guess. He doesn't. He hasn't allowed anything over 40 yards this year. He hasn't allowed a total of 42 yards yet out of the 3 games. So, anyway.
And then outside Tulai Lapoto out of USC, I wanted us to draft him.
Yeah,
he's nice.
They pretty much beat us up, especially those running backs. We couldn't stop the run. But everybody's decided that we can't stop the run, period. First stringers and all.
Right.
So I say, would you relax? These guys are trying to make the team. That's not the team. That's not the team. That's not the team.
Did Marlon Davidson play tonight? Because I didn't see him when I was watching.
Can't remember.
Did Marlon Davidson play? He probably didn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, Tony, we got to go. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to hearing from you Wednesday more about what's going on with your club as well. I should have said Sunday.
Yeah.
We got a little more time.
Yeah, and Ronbo, I'm watching the rebroadcast now. I'm watching Carolina at home against Detroit. And Matt Ryan's doing a pretty good job for CBS in the broadcast booth. Matt Ryan's working for CBS.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, okay, good. Good for Matt.
So, Niner Empire, keep your head up. Don't get down, man. Y'all got one of the best rosters in football. If y'all sucking into what Seattle over there celebrating, thinking that y'all are done, they playing right into y'all's trap. If you asking me, not this is the real deal. The bullets gonna be flying now. No more preseason.
Inspire the 49ers. Oh, y'all think we done? Let's go. Let's play. God.
Yeah, exactly. Get them right in the mouth. Get them right in the mouth.
Because they still can't stop the run. I've seen, they ain't picked up nobody to help that.
No.
Can't wait.
And like you said, as long as Geno's back, and we're gonna see about Geno. And you said this a month ago. Now we're gonna see if that was last year was real or if it was Memorex like that old commercial years ago. We're gonna see if Geno's the real deal. We're gonna find out.
All right, Tony. Have a great rest of the night, and I'll see you Sunday.
Yes, sir. Niner Empire, keep y'all's head up.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be in the dance today. I'm hoping we see y'all in the playoffs, but
there you go.
We'll cross that bridge, get to it.
All right. Thanks, Tony. I love it.
Take care, sir.
You too. Night. Yeah, we got to be careful. We don't need to go into a funk. We're not in that bad a condition. I do need to see Nick Bosa sign, but Jake Moody, his quad will heal. What is he, 22? He'll heal. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. I think. What else is another problem we have? Yeah, we're okay. All right, hey, fam, I'll tell you what, thanks for contributions tonight. Always appreciated. Hit like, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. We're going to want you and your support all season long. Always appreciate you. Nexusly, Trey Lance has the Guinness World Record for $150,000 per minute of play time. If it's 28 minutes a game times 6 games, next thing that you went and did the math on this is what I'm laughing about. That's just mean. Woo! And somebody said, I laughed. Somebody said, we got Josh Johnson. No, we don't. Josh is in Baltimore. Damn, I'll see you Sunday. Niners! We'll be okay.